Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is Adif, and this is PB Precipice, the show where we bring on runners who are on the precipice, the very edge of getting a new personal best in the category that they are running. And today we will have Lil Aggie showing off Elden Ring All Remembrances, which is a sick category, and I can't wait for all of you to see this showcase. But we've got some quick announcements before we get into things here, so just 1 second. SGDQ 2022 on-site volunteer applications are now open from now until April 20th. If you're interested in becoming a camera ops volunteer or volunteer for one of the other almost as fun positions, thanks Richard, go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. If you're watching on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And Games Done Quick will be at PAX East this week. If you're interested in speedruns, be sure to check us out this Thursday to Sunday, April 21st to the 24th. Use !PAX in Twitch chat to find out more. And of course, if you are physically attending the event, have fun and be safe, but also check out GDQ in person. I don't know if there's a booth, but I think there will be speedruns to see. There's a booth and there will be panels, I think, as well. So go check out our friends on the GDQ team and your local Boston area speedrunners. But for now, Aggie, how are you? How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Aggie, I'm excited to have you on PB Precipice. The last time we saw you, at least on my shows in GDQ, was Challenger approaching several months ago. Maybe even last year for Challenger. It was Dark Souls 1 consumables only, I think.
It was. That run didn't go so hot. But
no, but it
sure
did finish.
Try.
You sure did finish.
It technically finished, yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Cheating, but, you know.
Well, you know, who's to say what cheating is and is not in speedrunning, right? Yeah. So Aggie, I gotta ask you, you've obviously been on top of the Elden Ring speedrun game since kind of the start, and you've definitely gained a lot of traction speedrunning this game. So I gotta ask you, when the game came out, were you in your casual playthrough already thinking about speedrunning it, or were you sort of teetering back and forth?
I was definitely planning on speedrunning it from the very beginning. With it being an open world game, I wasn't really sure what to expect out of the speedrun.
Sure.
Like the closest thing I could think of was like Breath of the Wild, where they kind of just go straight to the end. So I was curious if Elden Ring would be similar, at least in terms of 80%. And considering the 80% is less than 7 minutes now, yeah, it kind of turned out the same way, even worse.
In a way.
Yeah, so we do All Remembrances instead. I like this one more. It's basically all major bosses.
Yeah, could you explain a little bit the restrictions in All Remembrances?
Yeah, so if you've watched a Elden Ring 80% speedrun, there's the unrestricted category for that, which uses a glitch called the zip, which basically just lets you teleport several hundred feet over and over again. And yeah, they can use that to skip through the entire game. The thing with the zip glitch is it's a hardware dependent thing, so not everyone can do it. And even if you can, some people can do it easier than others, and it's like super frame rate dependent and all that. So it is banned from every category except the specifically unrestricted version of 80%. So no zipping, but we will be doing every other glitch imaginable. We've got a lot of wrong warping, we've got magical flying horses, and it's a good time.
Well, I mean, with all that excitement building up, how can I not just throw straight to the run? Flying horse sounds like something I would like to see, and I think it's something Twitch chat would probably like to see. So Aggie, whenever you're ready, feel free to take it away with your first attempt here. And I will remind everyone that on PB Precipice, how it works is that Aggie can do resets just like it were his own stream. There is no issue there. So, we might see some resets, we might not, but either way, we're going to be supporting Aggie all the way through. So Aggie, take it away.
All right, here we go. Get a new game started. So the class choices changed quite a bit in this run. We originally were doing Samurai, and then it switched to Confessor, and now we're doing Astrologer, and it's mostly minor reasons for that. I'll explain a little bit later if I can spell PB Precipice here. There we go.
We got the show name as the...
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to go with the Lands Between rune. This is also a recent change, so hopefully I remember the route here. And yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, the timer will start automatically. We go off in-game time here. So it'll automatically pause for load screens and quit-outs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the splits, this is worth just kind of re-explaining, I think, every time we do PB Precipice, but below Aggie are his splits. So these are his segment times and his PB for every like individual moment that Aggie has chosen to display. And specifically for like Dark Souls speedruns, the splits are tied to the game. So there is some kind of module or something that, links them up. So in load screens, the timer pauses because, based on your computer, you might save time just based on loads.
Right. So you saw right at the start there, we quit out 5 seconds into the run. You skip that little 2-second door animation. And the quit out itself takes like, 6 or 7 seconds, but it's technically faster because it's not in-game time when you're quitting out. It's a little cheesy. Not everyone's a fan of it. I'm not really a fan of it, but that's the reality of it.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was the tutorial boss there. You're meant to die, so we can just jump off the edge to speed things up. And we've got yet another quit out here. I promise the whole run won't be quit outs.
There will be a lot, though.
There's definitely a lot. Yeah.
You said that, and I was like, I don't know.
Not the whole run, but maybe 50%. There's only a handful that are used to skip silly little animations like that. Most of the quit outs are actually useful for setting up glitches and whatnot.
What was the disparity between, for those of you that don't know, Aggie on Friday night did an all bosses run of this game, which is 165 bosses. What was the disparity between your IGT and your RTA time?
So yeah, all 165 bosses took 9 hours, 47 minutes, 14 seconds in-game time. And in real time, it was like 11 hours, 7 minutes or something like that.
Which means over an hour was spent in load screens.
Yep.
You just love to see it.
Yeah, this run for reference, so my PB is 139.32, and the real time is like just a hair under 2 hours. So not too bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, a remembrance for those that haven't played this game. If you've played any of the other Dark Souls games, it's basically a boss soul in this game. You get them from all the major boss encounters in the game. There are 15 total remembrances. There's also a handful of other required bosses that don't give remembrances that we're gonna have to kill. So it's like maybe 20-ish bosses in this run, something like that. And yeah, for now we're just running in a straight line until we can get our horse. So you don't get the horse until you reach a certain set of braces. This would be one of them. So we'll be visited by dear Melina here, and she'll give us our boy Torrent, and then we'll be on our way. And we'll very quickly get to the part where Torrent takes flight. And it'll be beautiful and magical.
So Aggie, probably worth asking is this current patch?
This is not current patch, no. We are on patch 102. 102.3 to be specific. Current patch is 103.3.
It will summon Torrent. Treat him with...
And the reason for the old patch is actually almost nothing to do with the glitches. They patched like a very small amount of things that save a little bit of time that aren't super important. The big difference is the game balance itself. So we're gonna use a weapon called the Sword of Night and Flame, which in this patch is just completely busted. And in current patch, they hard nerfed it. And then there's also an Ash of War called Royal Knight's Resolve, which in this patch, I'd call it a bug probably, but in this patch you could abuse it to do some unintended things and make your weapon way more powerful than it has any right to do. I'll explain that when we get to it though. So yeah, for now we're just grabbing a couple braces. That Stormhill Shack Graysons specifically will be extremely important for this run. As you'll see, we can do some glitching with it.
Yes. There is, I mean, I feel like nobody's really surprised at this point when a new game, like a AAA title, comes out and it's broken wide open by the speedrunning community quite quickly, like you're about to see in about 5 seconds.
Yep.
But it really is bewildering just how fast it happened for Elden Ring.
Yeah, it is incredible how quickly people figured this game out. So what's happening here is called the Pegasus glitch. For the reasons will soon be obvious why it's called that. Basically, if you quit out of the game during the torrent dismount animation fast enough, when you load back in, torrent's just kind of like chilling there. And then if you reload again, torrent is still just chilling there and he'll drop off the edge. So he dies before he actually spawns in. And then when you respawn him, gravity no longer applies to him and we can do this. And now he flies.
I adore this glitch.
Yeah, this is the best glitch, without a doubt.
It's like so wonderful because it is funny sometimes how glitches, you know, I mean, I guess it makes sense that like an open world game will have open world mechanics and then those open world mechanics will lend themselves to being broken. But like, it's such a perfect glitch specifically for an open world speedrun.
Yep.
In the same way that like wind bombs and bullet time bounce are so good for Breath of the Wild because of how big the map is. It's just so excellent.
Yeah, it's exactly the kind of movement glitch that you'd want in a game like this to just cut out tons of just running around and just general boring downtime.
Wow, I actually didn't know you could get off him and call him again and it would still be active.
Yeah, so this horse is glitched until I hit a load screen. So either quit out of the game or fast travel or die or something like that. Until then, torrent is broken. So yeah, again, gravity doesn't apply, collision does though, which basically means I can never go downward, but I can use like little slopes and stuff to push myself higher and higher. I can also use ceilings to push myself downward, but slope ceilings aren't super common to run into, and they're generally not super useful either.
When you jump, when you put your character into the jump state, or rather when you put Torrent into the jump state, does he fall?
So he plays the jump animation, which like basically, you know, he'll go upward and then he'll go a little further downward than he started. But once the animation is done, gravity won't carry you all the way back down to the floor. So if you don't touch the floor by the time the jump animation is done, you're stuck there forever and you have to fast travel or wait until you time out and die.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I have to jump on this pillar right here, and if I miss it, I'll be stuck, and then we'll have our first reset.
Oh.
I was having a little bit of trouble with this yesterday. It's not very difficult, but I found a way to mess it up anyway. Looks like we're all good, though. We gotta jump on that pillar specifically to load the collision on this giant tower here. So right now you can see the split is called Curse Mark. I'm getting the Curse Mark of Death right now, which is a item you normally have to do a super long quest sequence for with Ronnie. We're just gonna skip to get the item. The only reason we need it is because we need to get it to a certain NPC later in the run to fight one boss. This is like a 5-minute detour just for that one boss. And of course, we like two-shot that boss. So. A lot of work just to not really fight anything for real. Well, that's how it is. There's some funky collision here that we gotta slide our way up. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I feel like, so it's interesting, right, that, you know, you might, a chatter might have the question, why does the collision act like this if the mountain doesn't look like that at all? Mm-hmm. In game dev, especially in AAA game dev, when you're making environments this large, there is really no reason to match collision perfectly to out-of-bounds areas. In fact, like sometimes game studios will have proprietary engines that auto-generate collision based on environment art. But in this particular instance, probably what they did was when the level was in what's called block mesh, which is the early stage where there's no art and it's just collision. It was probably just a big, rough-looking mountain, and then when environment art was placed in, they were like, it doesn't really matter, nobody's ever going to be over here. And so they just made it look nice instead of making it match the collision, and it ended up being useful.
That's neat. I appreciated the technical analysis there. I didn't actually know that.
I worked in a game studio for a while, and it has provided me a lot of knowledge about this type of thing, which is super sick.
So you're not even supposed to have torrent out in this tower. Another feature of the Pegasus glitch is you're never forced to put torrent away, which is quite nice. A whopping 0.1 second ahead here. Let's go.
Oh my god, we're on pace.
Incredible stuff.
Oh, we're on pace.
Oh, Melanie's gonna tell us about the round table hold here. She'll always tell you about this. At a certain set of graces, like outside the beginning area. It's definitely any grace outside Limgrave. She'll tell you about it as soon as you sit down for the first time. Which, speaking of, I need to do some shopping here, and I forgot to get my money out of my wallet during the horse ride. Or during
maybe that's why you were 0.1 seconds ahead. Oh my god.
No. All right, there we go. We're gonna buy the summoning belt, the scimitar, the heater shield, and the lone wolf ashes. And we're going right back.
Aggie, congratulations on not being maidenless. It's very exciting.
Thank you. I'm very proud.
Oh, well, you should be.
Okay, so we're gonna do a wrong warp here. Basically, I use the kill yourself and respawn at grace button. At the same time, I use the fast travel button. And essentially, the game tries to apply your coordinates to whatever map you were attempting to fast travel to, and then it sees they don't make sense, so it puts you at a default position instead. And for Stormhill Shack specifically, the default position is under the map. So then another concept called stable ground comes into play, where if you quit out while not on stable ground, it'll put you back at your last position you were touching the ground, which in this case was in Liurnia South. But now my respawn position is like on the Stormhill map, not Liurnia South. So then it chooses the default position for Liurnia South again. So it's really kind of like a wrong warp into a wrong warp, which ends up putting us somewhere useful, which is near that teleporter, and then we can go straight to Ryonokarya. It's a little complicated. It works. Just a little bit of magic going on.
It just works, you guys.
So yeah, that is the reason the Stormhill Shack race is so important. Most of the wrong warps will be via that method. You can also directly wrong warp on some maps, which we'll do a couple times, but it just depends on the exact situation.
I will likely do this several times today, but there are a good fair amount of gamers in the chat room right now, and so I'd like to remind all of you that you can actually, Lil Aggie is not just here, he's also a lot of times on his own channel, which is pretty exciting.
It's true.
So if you enjoy Elden Ring speedruns or any Dark Souls challenge runs and speedruns, I cannot recommend Aggie enough. A true delight to watch. So please go to twitch.tv/LilAggie and drop a follow. The link will be in the chat intermittently by yours truly. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description.
Thank you, Ada.
Yeah, well, of course.
So like I mentioned earlier, this route is changing all the time. So it looks like I'm losing a ton of time here. I'm not. It's just we're doing stuff in different order. I did not get a PB with the new route, so these splits will be a little funky looking for the first few splits here. It should all even out after the Caelid split, and then the comparison will actually be accurate. So I am not going to be like a minute behind here. That's probably what it may look like.
Oh my god, the splits are red. That means speedrun bad. Bad split, bad speedrun.
Yeah, in addition to that, the sum of best is also very, very, very big. It's more like 122, not 119. We reshuffled around a bunch of stuff, so my gold segments for a bunch of different splits are just completely screwed up. It'll all work itself out, though, once we get a new PB by the end of this broadcast.
Oh my god, he's calling his shot.
What's the win rate of PB Precipice, would you say, Ada? How many people do truly PB
I
on
think
show?
we, like 2.
Okay.
We've had, how many shows have we done at this point? You know what? If you'll indulge me, I'll go quickly down the list of shows we've had, and I will tell you which ones PB'd and which ones did not.
Sure. Go for it.
Wow, we've been doing this show longer than I thought.
Just gonna list off 50
okay.
shows real quick.
The first show that so we had Bobby, the Blacktastic, on the first like proper show. And he did PB in Castlevania something or other.
Let's go.
Love that game. Castlevania something or other. It's a good one. We had Samurai Man for Metroid Dread, did not PB. Smitch did all Dungeons Breath of the Wild, did not PB. Danny did individual level speedruns for OOT, did not PB. It's not looking good so far. Dragon Blitz did Soten speedruns, did not PB. Reed was on PB Precipice for Sunshine, did not PB. Pleasantly Twisted was on, did PB.
Let's go.
Dangers was on for Odyssey any percent and almost got a 58 on stream. I believe he was on pace into Luncheon or maybe Bowser's. He might have been on pace. No, he was on pace into Moon Kingdom.
Oh my god, that's heartbreaking.
He lost 58 pace to Moon Cave Skip. And then Kayla was on doing Link to the Past, did not PB. Ryan Ford was on for Link's Awakening, did not PB, and now we're here.
All right, well. So perfect RNG. This is actually not a glitch here. This is a hidden little warp to Volcano Manor. The NPC patches tells you about this. If you specifically die to this lady's grab attack, you just get abducted and taken to the Volcano Manor, which is the dungeon in like the 3rd or 4th area of the game. Which is useful.
Happened to me in my casual playthrough.
Wow.
And it did not shock me. I was in a different place and it didn't shock me because I had played Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And you get to Yahar'gul, or however you pronounce it, via a similar path. One of the like Grim Reaper dudes kills you in Bloodborne to take you to a different location. So I was like, oh, okay. But then I saw people on Twitter, friends of mine would tweet like, I think I just had a wrong warp in Elden Ring. And I'm like, are you in Volcano Manor? And they go, yeah. And I'm like, that's intended.
Yeah, it's a little sneakier than the one in Bloodborne. I feel like that was a lot less common to stumble across randomly.
I don't know. When I saw that elevator in Raya Lucaria, I was like, I want to take this everywhere it goes.
I mean, me too, but then I also didn't die to the lady's grab
Okay,
attack.
well, I'm very bad at the game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so.
If it was like, if the lady kills you in any way, you get warped. I feel like it would make more sense, but it's got to specifically be that grab attack. Any other death will not do. It's a bit strange. As for the reason, do we want to go to Volcano Manor ASAP? Even though this is the late game dungeon. The boss of this area is Rykard, which is the standard gimmick boss for this game. It's Yorm from DS3. You need to use the specific spear weapon with the wind attack, whatever it's called. And the game just gives it to you for free. What even just happened with that stored roll? That was really something. But yeah, the game gives you the Serpent Hunter Spear for free, which means we don't have to level it up at all. We don't need to be a high level to do good damage to him. And then once we do kill him, we can use the like 130k or so that he gives for defeating him to power level our character and get our actual weapon almost maxed out. And then go stomp through the rest of the game. Also, Royal Knight's Resolve is here, which I mentioned is extremely, extremely broken in this patch. Basically, what that is supposed to do is you put it on a weapon, and then it powers up your next attack by 80%. But if you put it in your offhand weapon instead of your main hand, and then switch back to your main hand and use your main hand's Ash of Ward, and not actually attack with your main hand with proper attacks, the buff never gets consumed. So instead, it just serves as a 80% damage boost for 10 seconds. And it's very, 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 very OP when paired with an already overpowered weapon, like Sword of Night and Flight.
I should probably put in the title or in the run that like thing on stream that it's 1.02, right?
Yep.
All right, I have added it.
Good.
Oh, good. I told Aggie this on his stream the other day, maybe a week or two ago, but I I saw Aggie do this boss fight. Aggie was I did not watch any Elden Ring gameplay until I had completed the game, and so I did all the optional content, whatever, and then I started watching streams, and I saw Aggie play Rykard, and I was like, I'm sorry, what is that weapon that you're using? And turns out that sword at the beginning of the fight, I've played Dark Souls 3, so the fact that I didn't think to use the weapon is pretty stupid, but I beat Rykard without the Storm Ruler.
I remember you telling me about that, though, yeah.
I think it was only 2 or 3 attempts, but the attempt was like 5 or 6 minutes long.
That's actually really impressive. He's literally surrounded by lava. I don't even know how you would...
You don't take that much damage.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I was just like there late enough, but also in addition, I had the my shadow clone to do a lot of the work for me. My beautiful, beautiful baby boy.
The classic mimic tier.
I adore him. He's perfect.
So I'm gonna go a little risky here and not even get the grace, because if I die, I'm probably just gonna reset. This is one of the harder fights in the whole run because I have 9 vigor, which means I'm one shot by essentially everything. Also, I just realized that I forgot to level up my strength, so I can't use that heater shield that I bought. But that's fine. Maybe. He has one attack in this first phase that is essentially undodgeable, and that's what we want the heater shield for. If I get hit by it, I don't die if I block with the spear instead. Oh, yeah, there it is, right on cue. Thank you, buddy. But you can see I very nearly die. And I only have 2 Crimson Flasks here. So it's a bit of a sticky situation. In phase 2, the shield won't matter at all because I'm just getting one shot no matter what. As long as he doesn't... Oh, God. As long as he doesn't do the earthquake attack again, we should be fine. He's doing the earthquake attack again. Okay, so this is trouble. We might win still. We definitely might win. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I gotta focus for this part, so pardon my silence. Okay. All right. Wow, that actually worked out.
King. Let's go, dude.
That was solid.
Nice work.
Thank you, thank you. That was a really good phase too. I'm quite happy with them. Usually you get
As
tickled
you
by the
should
lava
be.
a couple times, but I had to specifically be real careful to avoid it. That was like maybe 2 ticks of lava from dead. That was good though. Okay, he's maybe the second or third hardest fight in this whole run. Just because you are totally one shot. We made it though.
We made it, yeah. That's all that matters.
Okay, now I'm gonna die
Oh.
of rats.
Nice.
Okay. That's a classic. We're not out of the woods yet. They might still swarm me.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? You just defeated a demon lord of snakes and fire, and you almost killed by 2 rats. Definitely a fun little dichotomy you find in Dark Souls all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, cool. I just killed, what's this called? Asylum Demon? Excellent. Oh, and I got annihilated by a half-dead zombie. Let's go.
Dude, the hollows are always scary though. The basic
It's
enemies, they just, I don't know, they're overtuned.
They swarm you.
Mm-hmm. Good dodge. Good dodge again. So yeah, we took a little transporter chest to Caelid here. For whatever reason, there's a level 8 and level 9 somber upgrade stone here, even though you can get here like way early in the game. So we're gonna grab those real quick so that we can immediately get a +9 Sword of Night and Flame before we kill anything else.
Also, this is not a glitch, by the way.
This is
for
just
this item.
parkour.
This is genuinely just extraneous collision being used really cleverly, which I think is, in my opinion, that's speedrunning in a nutshell. Like that's core, perfect, beautiful speedrunning.
Yeah, according to Miyazaki, he's not a fan of it. So he removed the branch that we just climbed over so that you can't do that anymore. And of course, we immediately found a different way to do it.
Good, as you should.
Yeah. That is the much easier way to do it, though. The alternative method's harder.
No casual player is ever gonna do that. I don't know. It
Right.
bothers me.
I know. And if they did, like, they would have like been aware that it's not an intended thing. So, like, why
Right.
remove it? Also, this isn't even an area that you can't access at this point of the game. You would just have to take the long way to get here normally. So, like, it's really the most harmless of things. I don't know why they patched it out.
Because speedrun's bad.
Mm-hmm.
The 1% of the player base that's gonna use this trick makes me angry.
Okay, get our first set of levels there. So we got 24 faith and 19 intelligence, in addition to 12 strength, and we already had 12 dex. The requirements for Sword of Night and Flame is 12 strength, 12 dex, 24 int, 24 faith. It's a very difficult requirement to meet. If you were paying attention to what I just said, you'll notice that I only got 19 int, not 24. But we have this talisman that gives us an extra 5 intelligence. So now we're at 24. This talisman we picked up at the Curse Mart in the tower. They're just conveniently stacked right on top of each other. Really quite convenient that one of the most useful talismans we could ever hope for in this run is directly on top of an item that we need to get regardless.
Beautiful little coincidences.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this little bug here has a Somber Stone 8. We're gonna run him off the edge here. Adios.
Yeah, see ya, dude. That scared the
It looks a little
absolute
sketchy,
bejesus
yeah.
out of me. I was confident that was not on purpose.
And there's the 9 right there.
What's the earliest 10, the dragon smithing stone or whatever?
So the earliest we can get it in this route is at Mogwin Palace. We're actually just going to skip the plus 10. We're not going to bother to get it at all.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we just don't need the damage. It's not that much more than the plus 9, and we'll boost our damage through some other means so that we still hit our damage thresholds. No need to get any more than that. I'm not sure what the earliest plus 10 you could get in general is, though. There's not a whole lot of them. Those are actually difficult to get on like every other level of stone.
I presume.
Right.
Nice job.
Thank you. I keep forgetting to get my money out while I'm on the horse. It's much faster to pop those while riding. So he's gonna give us the somber 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Sometimes the input for jumping off the horse does not feel like registering.
So yeah, again, this is the Pegasus glitch that Aggie is setting up here, where you quit out.
Okay, almost messed that up.
You quit out while jumping off of Torrent, and then you like quit out while falling off a ledge, and then you die.
Yeah,
on accident.
Okay, so when you're in the glitched Torrent state, anytime you quit out and reload, Torrent spawns directly on top of you, right? So the goal is to walk off at a spot where you will stay on the edge, and then Torrent spawns, and he falls off the edge and dies. But if you're slightly misaligned, you fall off the edge, and Torrent stays on the edge instead. And then you reset the run, because that lost a ton of time. But we go again.
We go again. Torrent, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what is the Lands Between rune for?
So the Lands Between rune gives you 3,000 runes, which we use to fund our shopping trip. Or the
Excellent.
heater shield and the wolves and all that stuff. And I'm supposed to use some of the money to level up a couple times before Rykard as well. I forgot to do that last run because, again, this route is like brand new. Just the latest in the daily dose of route changes for this category.
That's how it rolls for brand new games.
Mm-hmm.
So just to reiterate for everybody, here on PB Precipice, the goal is for the runner to try to get a personal best, so resets are completely allowed. And the timer under Lil Aggie's name will just run for the rest of the show. That is just the sort of like, oh, this is how long we've been doing attempts. And then if you want to see the current run time, you just look below Aggie and see his splits there. And we got about 25 minutes into that one, and then Aggie deemed it irrecoverable, and it was time for another run.
Yeah, so the way runs of this tend to go is the early game, I guess it's more dangerous. There's like a maybe 15-minute section between Rykard and then like the next several bosses that's like really, really rough. So you want to get through that on decent pace, and then after that, it's pretty chill for a while until you reach the really late game bosses, and then it gets a little spooky again. But since we have a limited amount of time here, I want to try to get a good run going, and then just kind of see if we can make that one work. So this category is a bit of a beefy boy.
Aggie, I know it's, it's quite early in the game's life cycle, but I think it's, it's the question that's on everyone's mind. Mm-hmm. And having just done an all bosses run, surely you should be as fresh as possible on these opinions. We gotta know best worst boss. Best worst bosses.
Okay, let's start with the worst boss because that's an easy one. Okay. So yeah, if we're talking like any boss, any random mini dungeon boss included in that, list. There's a dungeon in Caelid that I can't remember the name of, but it's like a super hidden one. You have to go through a hidden wall. It's part of the quest line to find this like mage dude. And at the end of that dungeon is the Crystallian Trio fight. And it is absolutely the worst thing in this game. It's a 3-on-1 fight. Well, I guess 3-on-1 unless you use summons, but who uses summons? Not me.
Me.
The game's kind of balanced around them, so yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I mean, I didn't use any NPC summons or any multiplayer summons. I only used the like ashes.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so it's a 3-on-1 fight, and if you don't know how Crystallians work, basically they take no damage until you hit them with enough attacks to break their poise, and then they kind of crack and are super vulnerable to damage.
Have they served you?
But when there's 3 of them in a pretty small room, and they just love to spam attacks, it's just a total nightmare. Total freaking nightmare.
I found the duo in my playthrough, but not the trio.
Yeah, the duo is bad enough. The trio is just next level terrible. As for the best boss, that's a harder question. I feel like there's not any single one boss in this game that like really stands above the rest. I would say this game has a lot of like pretty good bosses, but not a ton of like super good bosses. I'm a fan of Malekith though.
I was just about to say Malekith is awesome.
He's so anime.
He jumps on the pillars. Dude, that's a good boss fight.
Very flashy, very cool. My only complaint is that he starts phase 2 with half health, so you kind of kill him pretty quick.
What's the dragon Placidus Snacks?
Dragon Lord Placidusax, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
I would have to vehemently disagree with you there. I hated that.
All right, well, I guess I had the gamer juice because I first tried that boss.
Okay.
But
yeah, he's cool aesthetically. My problem with him is if you're playing a melee character, you get to hit him one time and then he decides to fly around for 5 minutes. Nice quit out.
Nice quit out. Let's go.
Really proud of that one. Okay, well, round 3.
Round 3.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you which boss was not a blast. Was Rykard without the storm weapon.
I bet.
Not optimal.
All right, this one though. This one's in the bag.
What exactly is a remembrance? Asks someone in the chat room.
A remembrance is a boss soul if you've played Dark Souls. If you haven't, a boss soul, it's basically the reward you get for defeating a major boss. So this is all major bosses. There are 15 total. It's a bit more manageable category than all 165 total bosses.
All right. I just remembered which boss. There's a boss, I don't know. I think Malekith is probably my favorite, but I really, really liked the physical Godfrey fight and Horaloo.
That is also definitely near the top of my tier list. A lot of the other bosses in this game are like really good, and then they have the one move that ruins the entire thing.
Cough, Melania, cough.
Melania, yeah.
Literally would be an S tier boss if it weren't for that one move.
Mm-hmm. It just needs a faster charge or a longer charge time on it so that you actually have time to prepare for it. But if she just chooses to use Waterfowl when you're in the middle of doing literally anything, you're kind of screwed. It's not very fun.
No. So my playthrough was 55 hours. And I think 6 of those 55 were just Melania.
Yeah, I think she took me 7 hours or 6.5 or something, so I'm right there with you.
Over 10% of my playthrough was spent on Melania. It's kind of sad when you think about it like that.
Oh man, I remember that because I streamed my casual playthrough, and I remember it was like late at night, and we finally got to Melania, and I was like, okay, let's beat the boss, and we'll call it a night. And then like 5 hours later, I finally gave up, and I was like, okay, we'll beat her in the morning. Fine.
Yikes, dude! What a the like thing that's even extra disappointing is that that area is so cool. Like I was a big fan.
Sure.
Yeah,
enemy-wise, questionable.
Yeah, there were a couple hairy rooms that I just ran through.
And see, I like to try to clear everything out at least once. So that little like bottom alleyway with like 12 of those teleporting spammy dudes was. I think that was maybe the only place where I was just like, you know what, I'm not doing this. It's just terrible.
I think, yeah, so every time I say my playthrough is 55 hours, people are like, no way. I think, I don't know, I've spent the last decade of my life dedicated to trying to go fast. So like if you watched me casual play a game, I don't think it would look exactly like how you might casually play a game, and there is nothing wrong with that. I don't know, I was like, oh, I want to get to the new area. And I did tons of optional content. Like I got every remembrance, I beat all the caves and stuff that I found. I don't know, if there's a room that seems like it's gonna be stinky, I'll just run through it.
Yeah, fair enough. My casual playthrough was, I think, 70 hours, something like that. And maybe like 15 hours post-game, cleaning up random stuff.
And you didn't use summons?
Nope.
Yeah, see, that's actually impressive. What I did was like, all right, like you used the mimic tier, 55 hours, whatever. But like 70 hours is like genuinely, that's very impressive with no summons.
This game is so long. Like, I thought I was at the end like 3 different times.
I also thought I was at the end like twice. I was like, wow, only 30 hours? So I played Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 in 2021. I had never played the 3 Dark Souls games before, so I did all 3 of them last year, like early last year. And my playthrough for all 3 basically wound up being between 27 and 34 hours. So when I got to the 30-hour mark, I was like, there's a chance that this is the end of the game. And it was my first time through the capital, and I was like, oh my god, is this actually the end of the game?
I mean, it looks very in-gamey. And I think Miyazaki even said in some interview that, like, yeah, main story should be about 30 hours. He's insane.
Okay, that's actually disgusting that he said that.
Yeah. Even if you, like, were really focused on only main story, like, 30 hours would be moving pretty fast.
And also, like, another reason I disagree with that is because, like, the pointing that the Sites of Grace do is not actually that helpful after, like, Stormban.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they don't really point to things that are useful all the time, and they sometimes point to stuff that isn't actually main story required. And so, like, I don't know. I feel like it would be very difficult for a first-time player, even if they were just blitzing the main quest line, like, to actually go to the right areas every time.
Yeah. Maybe Miyazaki's just a god at his own game.
I mean, I think he is just a god.
Maybe.
I think that's kind of his whole thing, I think. Maybe he still had debug mode on when he did 30 hours.
See, I keep skipping this this first split here because if I actually split there again, since this is a new route, it'll say that I'm 2 minutes ahead, and I don't want to deceive people. I'm not actually gonna be 2 minutes ahead, so we'll just split or skip it.
Little laggy, deceptive, confirmed. Gamers, if you aren't following Lil Aggie, you are officially uninvited from my birthday party, and that is a shame. It's going to be the talk of the town, the party of the century, so you want to be invited, so go to twitch.tv/Lil Aggie and drop a follow. The link is in the chat room. I don't know, Bono's going to be there, so if you want to meet Bono, that'll be a good opportunity.
I was gonna ask if you were gonna get like a magician or something, but Bono, I mean, that's...
Yeah, but he's not even gonna be performing, he's just gonna sit in a chair.
Okay, he's just there.
You get, everybody gets 30 seconds to talk to him.
Wow, okay.
You talk to him about anything, it doesn't necessarily have to be about the birthday.
So make sure you prepare your topics beforehand then, shit.
Yeah, do not go in without an idea of what you're gonna ask the lead singer of U2.
Wait, okay. Bono's the lead singer of U2? Is that what he is?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
Bono.
I don't know
Paul David Hewson, known by his stage name Bono, is an Irish singer-songwriter, activist, and philanthropist. He's the lead vocalist and primary lyricist of the rock band U2.
Okay. I don't know who I know he was related to U2. I thought he was like the drummer or something, but I don't know why the drummer would be the famous person of the band.
Well,
really
maybe he should be. Maybe the drummer should be the famous one of the band. I think drumming is pretty sick. Also, yes, this is Adef speaking currently. When you see a voice happening and Aggie's mouth isn't moving, there's actually another person, and that's me. It is Adef on commentary. U2 is mediocre at best, IMO. What is your opinion on the band U2? I feel like you might not have an opinion given that you did not know Bono was the lead singer of U2.
I'm not a super fan. Okay, I think U2's pretty good. I got a couple songs on my Spotify from U2.
Yeah, there's a couple songs from the early 2000s that that I'm happy about.
I feel like you gotta acknowledge U2's pretty good, right? I mean, they're a very influential, popular band.
Yeah, remember that time? Wait, remember like 6 years ago when like the iPhone 4 came out? And
yeah,
Apple, you had to have the U2 album on iTunes. Like it came with the phone, and no one was happy about it.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. It's not quite the legacy that U2 wanted. I don't think.
Steve Jobs sure did love U2.
Oh man, yeah.
What a time. Remember when that was like the biggest thing that had ever happened at the time? And now it feels like a big thing is happening every 9 seconds.
Yep.
It seems
But for now we have beautiful, beautiful Elden Ring speedruns.
If anyone's wondering why I take my shirt off in this run, by the way, the shirt has like a kind of cloak that goes behind you, and it covers up my feet. And I need to be able to see my feet for those Pegasus setups. So we gotta go nips out. That's the only way.
Aggie's giving feet for free.
Also, I forgot to pop these on the elevator again. I'm a professional.
This guy's a pro.
Also, I forgot to level up again because I'm a professional.
Adef, if Steve Jobs loved U2, then why didn't he send you a birthday card? Not very loving. Well, I don't know if you know this, and I would hate to be the one that reveals this information to you if you're a diehard Jobs head. But my man is not on this mortal plane anymore. My man left this earthly coil a few years, like 8 years ago. So, you know, I hate to be the one to break that news to you, but I am sorry.
And the great iCloud in the sky now.
That really tickled me.
Oh, man.
There will be a no reset at the end, yeah.
Yeah, what are we looking like on that situation anyway? How long have we been
It
doing
is... I'm going to report in... I can convert to Eastern. All right, I'm going to convert to Eastern. I can do this. It is 1:55 p.m. right now,
Okay.
which means for the no reset, ideally that starts... Like, let's say you want to reset. Your no reset should start within the next 30 minutes or so.
Okay, cool.
ADEF has some time dilation. Wait, was it not 8 years ago? Steve Jobs died... Oh
it was
my
a
God.
while ago.
It was 11 years ago.
11. Wow. I mean, that's not crazy far off. Only 3
No,
years.
11 and 8 are like the same order of magnitude almost.
No, that's a reasonable guess. $11 years ago, wow.
That actually, there are like, we won't dwell on this topic for very long, but there are a handful of like celebrity deaths where like I remember where I was when I found out. And that's one of them. And I don't remember why, but like I was like shocked.
I can't say that I remember where I was when Steve Jobs passed. Where were you, Ada?
I was standing in my dining room at my house.
Okay.
And I was getting ready for school. And my mom was like, Steve Jobs died. And I was like, what? And that's how that happened.
What a story. What a tale.
Yeah, okay, fair actually. So 8 years plus COVID, because COVID time doesn't count as real time.
Yeah, that checks out.
The last 2 years have not been real years. I would like to make a petition to the United Nations that we just turn the clock back and all just say we're 2 years younger than we are.
Solid plan.
Aggie, where were you in the last run reset? That's the real question.
I was talking to my dear friend Ada about, I don't even know what.
What'd that joker say?
Okay, fake time loss again. Don't panic. I'm not a minute 23 behind. I promise.
Call a mulligan on the last 2 years. Yeah, precisely. I'd like a do-over, please. A couple choices I would make differently. People born in 2021 just disappear.
It's like when they reverse the snap in Marvel, right?
I was just about to say, it's just a minor sacrifice. We have to Thanos a few people. If that's what it takes, I don't know, guys. We're going to have a tough conversation. Who is the cutest boss in this game? Definitely Rykard.
He's got a face, yeah.
What do
he's
you
got a
think?
face.
Genuinely asking. Like,
Genuinely
if we don't
asking,
meme. If we
okay.
don't meme, who's the cutest boss?
No memes. Which boss do I have a crush on? Okay. This is a difficult question. Gotta be Gillica. Demi-human queen Gillica. She's beautiful. Just beautiful.
I don't know that I remember this boss. I'm looking up
No one knows.
Looking up an
You're
image
gonna have
now.
to Google image search this. I memed data. I'm sorry. The bosses are not known for their looks in this game. Well, it's not their
Can't believe you memed on me.
Mhm.
Can't believe I just got memed.
I mean, what boss even looks normal? Like Renala?
Melania phase 1?
Melania? Yeah. I think those are your only options.
Elden Beast, kind of cute though.
You know, he is kind of cute. Like in a
pet sense.
If he was like really small instead of giant,
Yeah.
he'd be kind of cute.
Like as a dog. Like he's a cute looking animal.
He's kind of plump. He looks like a chonker.
Yeah, a big hunky guy.
Too many Elden Beast treats.
What does he do to earn the treats?
I imagine that he performs like tricks like a seal at an aquarium or a zoo or something.
So that implies that there are much bigger, like humanoid aliens that love him.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, he flips around in the water, and he jumps up in the air. He does the rings.
He does little tricks. And then he's brutally murdered by the player character. I feel like you would be excused for saying Radagon is hot.
Yeah, he's pretty hot. Except for the whole
Boss
part where he's like
buff.
falling apart, but like he's pretty hot.
Yeah, but like buff, long, flowy hair, super strong. Dude works out.
Oh, what about Godfrey? Godfrey's ripped himself.
Oh, Horalu is jacked.
Plus, he's got the cute little cat that he kills.
Murders.
Yeah. That
This is
was
a very
always
cursed
weird
conversation.
to me. So you fight his phase 1, and his cutscene has this giant, like, lion thing on his back, and then he just never uses it, and then he kills it. Like, wow.
I think the idea maybe is that it is like giving him power or something, and then he like consumes it. I mean, he has like he's very like animalistic in his second phase.
Yeah, true. Still, it's quite the bait and switch. I was fully expecting that phase change.
Yes,
lion
there are
start attacking.
Quite a few main story bosses who either decapitate or remove a limb from themselves or their companions. Fire Giant, Godric, Godfrey. You gotta cut stuff off. I don't know.
Speaking of all these names, did you realize that almost every character in this name starts with either a G, R, or M? Like George R. Martin?
I was told this very recently. Also, every single person in chat knows more than us on this particular topic, apparently. And that's not a joke. Literally every single person in chat is like, the lion holds back his bloodlust. The lion holds back his bloodlust. The lion holds back his bloodlust.
Whatever lore explanation there is, it's still weird. They could have made it anything. It's weird to have a cool looking lion and then not fight the cool looking lion.
I think it would have been really cool if phase 1 were he and the lion.
I agree.
Like two separate entities, and then they fuse Dragon Ball style.
I fully agree.
But I'm happy with how the boss turned out. So
I mean, it's still one of the best ones in the game for sure.
Yeah, it's a great boss.
Time for old Rykard again.
So yeah, if you reset this run, I'd say we probably go to break and then do the no reset after the break.
Sounds good to me. We'll see. If we don't reset here, we'll see. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Well, I'm not worried about it.
Cool.
I saw George R.R. Martin once at a breakfast place in my hometown. This was during Game of Thrones era. Pretty unmistakable visage.
Yeah, he's an iconic looking dude. I can't say I've ever watched Game of Thrones. And I don't think I ever will at this point.
I think, even with all the people complaining about the final season, whatever, we don't even have to get into that. It is so worth it, even just for the first 4 seasons. Like,
really?
So good. Yeah,
also,
it's tremendous.
Oh, man. This is gross. What are you doing, Snake? Oh, this is probably enough. Okay. Good call on the healer. He tends to do the earthquake attack after the poison. We saw it coming. Okay. Okay, we should have him here. Oh, I forgot to flask. Oh, no. It's probably still fine. Okay, it's fine. So this game's a little troll when it comes to the special attack on the spear. So if you do an L2, it takes FP to do the L2 attack, which is the big giant spear attack that does a bunch of damage and staggers him. And then you can follow it up with another L2 for really big damage and to extend the stagger. And that follow-up costs 0 FP. But if you don't have any FP, you can't cast it. So we have enough FP there without using a cerulean flask to do the first part. But we have exactly enough to do the first part, so we end up with 0, and then we can't cast the follow-up if I don't do a flask beforehand. It's very troll. It all worked out, though.
We're back essentially where you were last time.
Yeah, just about. Just gotta jaunt through Caelid and then not screw up the Pegasus on the Sword of Night and Flame pickup. And we're in business.
You're business.
Early dodge there, that's fine. So you may have noticed that we're 22 minutes into a run that ideally takes about an hour and a half in-game time. and I've killed a whopping 1 boss of Remembrance out of 15. That tends to be a pretty common trend when it comes to really any Elden Ring speedrun except for zip run. You spend a ton of time setting up and just running around the map, getting some graces set up, getting your weapon leveled up. And then after that, you just go hamskis, and we just fly through the rest of the game and get all 14 real quick. So yeah, we're nearing the point where we actually start doing exciting things and not just a bunch of bad horse parkour here. Jesus.
No, it's all the fun part, Nick.
I mean, yeah.
It's all the exciting part.
There's just some parts that are more exciting than others. People tend to like the part where you actually fight bosses when it comes to Souls runs. I don't know why.
My favorite part's the title screen.
I mean, it's got a banger
part.
title screen music.
It do, and then you get to Radigan, you get to hear it again. You're like, okay, this is nice. All the Dark Souls games have excellent title screen music. The Dark Souls 3 title screen track is probably my favorite song in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The Dark Souls 1 title track is Pure Silence. I actually really like that one. The Pure Silence makes for a very convenient video editing when it comes to Dark Souls 1 challenge runs.
I literally was just about to say, oh, you don't have to silence any of the VODs when you're editing for your challenge runs.
It's very convenient. I can dub over whatever track I want for the video intro.
Chat room, did you know that we have a silver play button holder in the house
It's
tonight?
true. It's right there. It's my greatest achievement.
And you can help him get to that gold plaque. All you gotta do is go to youtube.com/LilAggie and subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably about 840,000 of you listening, right? That's all we need to hit the gold play button. Yeah.
Actually, only 831,000.
Okay. Very nice.
I mean, with things like that, though, like with growth on YouTube and Twitch, it starts to, I mean, it's definitely exponential.
Oh, very, very much exponential.
And like the first 1,000 takes forever. The first 10,000 takes a hair less than that. First 100,000 is quicker than that. And then after that, it's just like sky's the limit. If so long as you keep making good stuff and like pushing your brand.
Yep. Yeah, I hit 100K on YouTube. I think it was February of this year. And now it's April and we're more than halfway to 200K.
Yeah, that it just accelerates.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, before that, I've been doing it for like 3 years. So yeah, slightly faster second time around.
I would say 2 months versus 3 years, pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna actually get the grace here just in case I screw up the Pegasus. Minor time loss.
I presume. Oh, I am an old crow, perhaps.
This is one of my least favorite Pegasus setups in the whole run. It's very finicky. I do not have a good handle on exactly where you want to be walking off, at exactly what angle. Get this to work out in your favor. Fingers crossed, though.
Fingers crossed. Here we go.
Yay, the horse died.
Oh my god, it worked.
Torrent is the modern day Yoshi when it comes to speedruns.
Drop him off a cliff.
Yep. It's nice though. He gets to fly afterwards. I feel like it works out for everyone.
Yeah.
Get up there.
Who is this handsome streamer? His name is Games Done Quick.
That's me.
Mr. GDQ. I didn't have to give a real answer because they literally used one of your emotes in the message. So
Okay.
I think they know who you are.
Yeah, I don't have the Twitch chat pulled up right now. I forgot to do it before the stream.
You know what? It's probably smarter that way.
Is it?
I can
You think?
handle them.
You can relay the important stuff. Yeah.
I'm fielding you the interesting ones.
Okay.
The rest of you, work harder.
Also, I went to the wrong teleporter. That's where we used to go at this part of the run. Not anymore.
Yeah, it was tough to get Mr. GDQ, the CEO of speedrunning, on the show, but, you know, being me, being ADEF, I have certain privileges when it comes to, you know, the ancients of speedrunning, so, you know.
I mean, you don't say no to Mr. Ada.
No, well, what a mistake that would be. I have Mr. GDQ in my back pocket. I can ban you from speedrunning.
From all of speedrunning.
Your live split privileges, give them to me.
Hopefully the strong warp works. This is kind of a newer one. So the map is basically divided into cells. And where you wrong warp is based on which cell you're in. And the border of two cells is like right next to that grace. So, okay, I did walk further enough away that I wrong warp here instead of the place we went earlier. The teleported to Ryan Lucaria. So we are good. Finally getting to our second remembrance boss here. It'll be a really close fight. This one's extremely challenging.
Sounds great. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Surely you're not deceiving me.
No, I would never. I'm not one for tomfoolery. Not me.
As we just discussed, I can ask you to hand in your badge and your gun at any time. So, you know, please just be aware. Your Franker Z badge. Aggie, should I learn Soulsborne speedrun stuff?
I think so, yes. It's pretty fun. Okay, the worst part about speedrunning these games is that they're actually hard casually, which means the learning progression curve is like a bit steep to start out with. Whereas like Mario, like, you know, I mean, even if you're not going fast, like you can beat the Mario level pretty handily without much work.
Right.
So I would say that's the main hurdle to overcome when it comes to speedrunning these games, is getting to a point where you can at least semi-comfortably beat the bosses. Because every death is like, it's gonna be like minutes lost.
Right.
Which is no fun.
Goodbye, Godric.
Yeah, he was chilling there. So we entered his arena in an alternative method than intended. Which means his AI never activates, so he just chills.
I've kind of had the hankering to learn Bloodborne.
The problem with Bloodborne is it's on console, which makes practicing it just gross. That's the only reason I haven't really done much Bloodborne speedrunning myself.
I did not think about that. But I know you did as well, but you know, I grew up in an era of speedrunning where practice hacks and practice ROMs and all this good stuff and save states didn't really exist. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I am willing to practice the dumb way.
I mean, you can make practice saves with a USB drive.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying. Once you get used to doing stuff on PC where you just click a button and bam, you're right where you want to practice over and over again. It's so hard to go back. Because like my original speed game that I got really into and did for like a year and a half or so was Mario Odyssey, which of course is console only. And like Mario Odyssey has better save file system than most games, so like practicing wasn't too bad in that game, but even that compared to the ease of practicing for PC games, it's a lot more primitive. This jump's a little tricky here. Yep. You barely have enough height
for the bowling ball. Okay, you dodged the bowling ball. Great job.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, this dude is a bit of a jerk sometimes. We're gonna try to bait him to parry us so he doesn't get on the elevator, and then, yeah, he tends to do that. Thank you, Mr. Carrion Knight Shield. If he actually gets on the elevator, it gets dicey real quick. Renala here gonna put up a bit more of a fight than Godric. Still should be pretty easy. We have a like 90% consistent kill for phase 2. And then phase 1 is obviously no problem. Yeah, there's that damage for you.
It's so satisfying to watch this happen.
I know, it's great. So yeah, we're gonna run Ice Resolve, which is an 80% damage boost, then switch back to our main hand, use the laser beam of our +9 Sword Knight Flame, which now does 80% more damage, which is super, super broken.
Can't believe you just used her own attack against her.
Oh no, it's the 10%. It's the 10% chance of this not working out. That's awful. I'm just gonna quit out and try again. It's better than trying to make that work. That fight gets extremely dicey if she actually summons.
And that was a bad summon as well.
Yeah. I mean,
the Bloodhound one is so unfortunate.
So she's supposed to get staggered there. I'm not really sure why she didn't. It happens sometimes, though. Try this again. There we go.
Little Rani,
Very nice.
my dear daughter, weave thy night into being.
Okay, so we're a little
gotta-
bit behind here.
You got a few runes there, big guy.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this does not mean you have to. Just floating this information.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to reset, this would be about your last opportunity within the next 5 minutes or so.
Okay, that's perfect because the next 5 minutes is one of the hardest parts of the run. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll make a decision.
Sweet.
There we go, got flush 2. So we are off to Nokron, I think it's called. The one of the underground zones. We've got the Regal Ancestor is a Remembrance boss, and then much later in the run we gotta fight Lich Dragon Fortisax down there. We gotta set up for that now.
Yeah, I believe the red splits are actually red now.
Yeah, now they're actually red, correct. I might be doing the reroute wrong because I mean I'm not surprised I'm in the red, but I don't think I should have been this far in the red. It's fine though. We'll make it work.
Well, a big part of that was that you just had to quit out on Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean that was a huge time waste. Also, you can totally cheese the Mimic Tier fight because he copies your weapons exactly. So just unequip everything and then equip it when he spawns. And he's just the naked dude with no weapons. Makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, I when I was using the Mimic Tier as a summon, I frequently would forget to unequip my left hand, which is a torch. And so I would just have, I'd be two-handing my sword for the whole game. And if I did not equip my torch, the Mimic Tier would be like, oh, what's this? And immediately two-hand the torch and be like, this is the best thing I have. Like, no, Chief, no, you have a good sword.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with them. They'll always use exactly what you don't want to. They have a mind of their own. All right, so these next three bosses are the Nightmare Trio. Regal Ancestor is a quite random boss who, if he chooses to, he can waste plenty of time. Gargoyles is super, super gross. Double fight. If they use the right attacks, you one-shot them. If they don't, they'll one-shot you. And then Fizz Champs is... I'll explain more about Fizz Champs when we get there.
Somebody in Twitch chat, I don't know how true this is, but somebody in all caps says... Oh, the time... Oh. They might be talking about... Never mind. I'm gonna...
Okay.
I'll look
Disregard.
for myself, and I'll actually tell you if it's important or not.
Come.
Don't worry your little heart. Just play the video game.
I'll play the video. I'll play it real good.
Oh, good.
Rats, don't even think about it.
They thought about it.
Freaking rats.
They thought about it and they thought, yeah, I'll do it.
It's always the rats. The flask count for this section is actually pretty tight. We've only got 5 total. I need the 2 Cerulean to have enough mana to actually get through these next 2 fights. And then I need to use one of my healing flasks to trigger a Pegasus glitch. So I only have 1 heal left now for the next 2 fights. Well, that's not super ideal, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's the classic with this guy.
Oh my
he
God.
like can't die during that animation or something. Okay, he didn't choose to use the healing attack. We should be okay here. All right, yeah, that's an acceptable Regal Ancestor. Not too shabby. So there's a maybe mechanic in this game. No one can confirm if it actually
I love how
is a thing or not.
We're not sure.
There's a maybe mechanic in this game that people refer to as vitality, where both the player and bosses have a random chance of just living through lethal damage with like just a pixel of HP. No one can confirm it though, like via data mines, but it literally happens all the time. So it's hard to say that it doesn't exist.
It's either a bug or an intended mechanic, but it definitely exists.
Yeah, it might be a bug, but yeah, very, very frequently in this game. You'll be like, okay, well, I obviously should have died there, but somehow lived with the pixel. Or in the opposite case, okay, that clearly was lethal damage and the boss lived anyway. It's very, very, very weird. I think with Regal Ancestor there specifically, he just can't die if he gets far enough in that teleport animation. So I'm not sure if that was an instance of it there, but it'll probably happen on some boss throughout this run. So you can draw your own conclusions if you are a believer or not. Also, this is best RNG. Cool.
Nice.
Well, should kill if I'm in range. I was not in range. Okay, that
Nice.
totally works. That's a great fight.
Nice.
Definitely saving time over PB there. All right, yeah, that looks a little better.
We love to see that.
And very conveniently, we keep the Pegasus glitch because that coffin is not a load screen. And we can just continue to use it to get to the next boss nice and quick.
What? But it totally loads a different area. What?
But it wasn't a load screen.
Okay.
Technically.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just how it works.
Hey, look, I'm not arguing.
Yeah, I mean, it's convenient. Yeah, the Pegasus setup in this area is really annoying and sketchy, so to not have to do it if you first try gargoyles is very nice.
These underground areas are so fascinating to me.
Oh, they're so cool.
They're so cool. Like, why do these civilizations exist? Who built them? And for what purpose? I love it.
I just love that they kept it under wraps the whole time. Like, no one was expecting a second map under the already massive open world map. It's crazy.
Gamers, there are quite a few of you in here. Just want to remind everybody that this is PB Precipice, the show about getting personal best live on stream, or at least attempting to. Aggie is currently on pretty good pace in all remembrances Elden Ring. And if you want to catch Aggie almost every day of the week, it seems like, you can follow him at twitch.tv/ I almost said twitch.tv/Elden Ring. Twitch.tv/Lil Aggie. The link is in the chat.
Okay, Sophia's Champs is a very, very random boss that so far has gone very nicely. It's 3 rounds of NPC fights. The first 2 aren't super bad. This one's a nightmare. Unless we get the juicy triple. We did not. Still might get a good hit here. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna play a little safe here. Okay, Lionel's the most annoying one by far. I'm out of mana. This is... oh god. Okay, we take this. I just saved 5 minutes. Yeah, so that boss is either the easiest thing or the hardest thing. It just depends if the NPCs actually cooperate or not. That time we got a pretty good beam for the start of phase 3 there. So that set us up nicely for the cleanup. And yeah, now we're on good pace. Now I am 5 minutes ahead.
Oh.
Yeah. So About
Is
that
that
break,
route?
Ada.
Or
No, that is just actually I died for 5 minutes to those guys at my PB. It's I know it doesn't look hard because it went well this time. I assure you that fight is one of the hardest in this entire run, if it chooses to be.
okay. Well, hey, guess what?
What's up?
Good job.
Thank you.
Also, guess what?
What's up?
Chicken butt.
Classic.
Get dunked on.
You know, I don't have a rebuttal for that. But
Yeah, there is no rebuttal.
Yeah.
It's the perfect gotcha. It's flawless. Invented by third graders and co-opted by me just now.
Okay, so the next
What kind of-
like
sorry.
20 minutes of the run or so should be pretty chill. Got a lot of fairly easy fights, or just essentially not fights at all. A lot of riding around on the horse. And then we'll enter the late game stuff where it starts getting spooky again.
Oh my god. A rebuttal has been posted in chat.
Hit me with it.
Say guess what chicken butt to me.
ADF, guess what?
What?
Chicken butt.
Do you know why?
Chicken thigh.
Oh my god, he knows.
It's too easy.
He knows the tech. He has the combo. We need to get this man off my show right now. Oh my god, guess who chicken poo? What's that chicken fat? How?
Wow.
This is huge.
Big developments in the third grade insult world.
I'm just my world is shattered.
That's why we're playing Elden Ring.
Oh my god, the shattering.
It all comes together.
It all comes together. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Oh, all right. Aggie, I don't know if you know this, but you're actually not supposed to get to the Erd tree like this.
Okay, I'm gonna go there anyway.
I don't like that. I hate speedrunning.
Well, then have I got the Twitter thread for you, my friend? You'll fit right in.
I bet you've got quite a few of those Twitter threads. He didn't actually complete the game with any skill. Oh, yeah?
Literally anyone can do this. It's just glitches.
It's like when people go to a modern art museum and see a Jackson Pollock and they're like, my 5-year-old could do this. I'd be like, oh, yeah?
Well, then why didn't it?
Yeah, oh, I bet.
I don't understand people.
Nope, they just want to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the whole bit for a lot of people. But you know what, Aggie? The good news is we don't have to care about their opinions.
It's true. It's fun to laugh at them, though.
It sure is.
All right, old Morgoth here. We are, of course, not actually going to fight. We just got to trigger his cutscene so that he actually spawns in properly. Then we're going to quit out. That's going to put us outside the boss room. Then we're going to do a little glitching.
All right, I'm not gonna stand for Jackson Pollock slander in the chat. He might not be my favorite
Are they
artist,
really
but
hating on him? Chat.
I do like Jackson Pollock though.
I'm disappointed in you, Chet.
It's just one person. Everybody else seems to be on Team Jackson, but a couple Pollock heads in the chat. But one person said Pollock is bad, and you can have that opinion, but I can't stand for it. This guy's so dumb. Why doesn't he attack you?
He's just taking it out.
I can't believe that took no skill.
Yep. Honestly, it's not that hard of a glitch, I'll be honest. And there's still some skill there, okay, though. You gotta figure out how to do it. Someone had to find that.
Allow me, you are unable to prevent the thorn. A husk he only will become my purpose. So I'd like
So
to
yeah, if you fast travel out right after
guide.
killing Morgoth, you don't have to do the whole touch the tree thing.
Shall I to let
Which is
my
nice.
hands share them with me? Your thoughts.
That's a good. Thank you, FromSoft. That's a good.
Yeah, if it takes too long, you get like locked out of fast traveling from then on. But there's just a brief moment where you can still fast travel out.
Oh, then they did not intend that.
Yeah.
Oh, this glitch genuinely is so dumb.
Yeah, this is called a stake skip. So there's things called Stakes of America in this game where they're basically checkpoints that aren't like actual grace points. Where if you die within the range of a Stake of America, you'll respawn there. So what we do is we jump into the Radon Arena, which has a Stake of America in it, and then we respawn at the actual Radon entrance without having to do any of the festival stuff.
Truly hilarious.
Quite the oversight.
The funny thing is, after I had already beaten Radon in my casual playthrough, I jumped off that ledge, curious if I could land there. But there's no Stake of America because I'd already beat the boss.
Oh my god.
That sucks. Wow.
Okay, so that's a random glitch that can happen anytime you mount your horse. Sometimes you just
so
don't mount your horse, and there's nothing you can do about it. I don't have Pegasus, right? I like actually. I think the horse is fine. That's messed up, man.
That actually sucks so bad.
Yeah, that's a bit of a time loss. Oh, and this thing is gone now, so I can't block the arrow with it. Okay, hopefully this pattern still works out. This is a little sketchy. Okay, we want him to do 2 shotgun arrows and then a purple arrow. I'm way behind on the cycle though. Ooh, get there. Okay, this, I think it'll work out still. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Nice recovery. Nice job.
Saved it.
Game of the year, by the way.
Yep. Oh, okay, chat. I'm gonna need you to close your eyes for this next part. Just for the next like 30 seconds. You don't want to see this.
I see. How could this? Was my whole existence just
Okay. All right, you can open it. Not quite 30 seconds, but
I can't explain why, but it's like genuinely really sad.
I know it is pretty sad. Unfortunately, he just has way too good of a talisman to not kill. Also, wow, I still save time on Radon. Okay. Some real shenanigans must have gone down there in the PB. So yeah, what Alex's talisman does is it gives you a 10% damage boost to your weapon skills, aka the giant laser beam and the flame attack. So yeah, 10% damage boost. I mean, you can't say no to that when it's literally right there. There's no reason not to.
Was his whole experience, his whole existence, just a croc, though?
Yes, he's a crock pot.
In the crock pot.
Do you think that was intentional? Do you think the crock pot joke there is intentional? I feel like there's no way you just say crock without being aware.
Yeah, I do not think it is even a joke, perhaps.
Really?
I think
I
think the idea, I think if I'm not mistaken, crock pot, like the literal meaning of crock rather than, yeah, okay, I just looked it up. I am right. So it's not just like a crock pot like you would think of in modern American terms of like
sure,
we use this to make a stew.
It's
a crock
real
is
word,
literally just like an earthen pot. So I think the
Oh,
idea is
really?
that he's asking if his existence is worthless, and he's just shelfware
Interesting. Okay.
rather than, you know, a meaningful human person, or not human, but you know, you get me.
Interesting. I didn't know crock like actually specifically meant pot outside of the instance of crock pot. Like,
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that has become like Kleenex, where it's like a brand name that is associated, like genericized to the thing.
neat.
Neat.
So educational.
I'm just here to teach.
All right, we've got a super long Pegasus here. We're going all the way to the top of the forge here, the mountaintops. Black Plague Kindred we can just totally ignore. Not required. Once again, this is not a load screen, so we can just get right back on the Pegasus.
Oh, because it. All right, I know.
Yeah,
because
'cause it's
it's
just a
using a
cutscene.
cutscene. Yeah, as the transition time.
Right.
It's using the in between of the skip or during the cutscene to load the next area.
Yep. As long as the timer doesn't pause, it's not like a Pegasus killing load screen. Hidden loads are okay.
I've been entertaining this idea for a while now, Aggie, of like, because I don't know, I feel like for your type of content, like this sort of like VOD editing down, it like works really well for your YouTube.
Thank you.
And like they're actually captivating and interesting to watch and tell an interesting narrative. Whereas like, you know, I have no desire to edit down VODs of my Breath of the Wild speedruns. Like, I don't know. And so I've sort of been like wondering like what is it that I would find fulfilling to do as like long form YouTube content. Also, what area are we in? I can't tell.
I'm not really sure. I wish they were a bit more clear about it.
Yeah, that would be nice. So I've been entertaining this idea of doing like more educational, like science.
Okay, like
stuff?
speedrun science kind of stuff?
No, like science,
Regular science kind of stuff? Okay.
but like tied in with video games and movies, like explaining the science of like games and movies in the context of the real world, which like kind of that niche already exists, but not in like a comedic way.
That sounds fun.
I don't know.
Go for
I want to use my degree for something. Like something.
What's the degree?
I have 2 degrees in physics,
Okay, yeah. Smart boy.
and at present I'm playing video games every day, which is fine, and in fact maybe better. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, when it comes to content, like, really, you got to make content that you personally like, right? Like, you got to be your own #1 fan. So,
right. Oh, that's a great way of putting it. There's this piece of advice that I tweeted about this a few months ago, but there is a no, not like MatPat. Also, they've added me as @abef.
good.
I write, and I had this mentor in New York, a friend of mine who's a playwright and a director, super smart dude, and we were meeting one time. We were talking about like what we were working on, and I was talking about this play I was writing, but like I was like, I don't know, there's this one scene I'm excited about, but the rest of it I'm like not, you know, I don't think will be as exciting. And he was like, why not make the whole thing exciting? And I don't know why such an obvious thing is like so wild to hear.
Right.
But it's true, and I think it serves the same for YouTube too. Like no part of the video should be boring. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing should be the interesting part.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my TED talk on Just make
I get you.
make your stuff good. I don't know. Like if
Make good
there's
stuff,
a part of your video, or this applies to essays too. Like if you're writing an essay for school and you think that like 2 paragraphs are interesting, but 1 paragraph is super boring, just like cut it or change it. Like no reason to have it in it unless there's a page limit and you need to be.
I was just about to say that. Sometimes you just have to pad it out, rephrase the same thing 3 different times.
Very fair.
But yeah, what I mean when it comes to a video, like the wholly creative endeavor, we have total control.
Yeah.
No reason to make it boring.
Do you edit your own stuff?
I used to at first. I do not anymore.
Okay.
Because it is way too much to keep up with between that and streaming.
Absolutely.
I think you gotta edit your own stuff for a little bit though, just to find your own style before you really like pass it off to someone else and get an appreciation for like what it is you want to do.
100%.
So I would fully recommend no one skips that stuff, even though it can be a lot. Okay, nice. Got the stagger.
Very nice.
Solid kill. Optimally, I would not get that grace before Fire Giant. But when we're on PB Precipice and we're 5.5 minutes ahead, I figured might as well play it a little safe, just in case. Because if you die to him, I would be going all the way up the mountain again without that grace. Should be a minor time loss.
Oh my god.
Still have the good old Pegasus here, yeah.
Wait, that's so good.
Yeah, that's why you want to do Fire Giant, like as soon as you get up here. It's specifically so you can maintain the Pegasus to do that. I mean, it doesn't save a whole lot of time. It's like maybe a 10-second save or so. Okay. Getting to the point where the levels are almost complete, and then we're just pumping intelligence for the rest. I think I'm gonna stop at about 28 vigor, and then I need to get to 13 endurance for a couple later bosses. Then after that, we could just dump it all into intelligence. The levels are actually not really set in stone route-wise yet. Pretty much every runner has their own preferences for what they level when. Like some people go super hard into vigor early just to make sure they don't die. And other people don't get any vigor at all until late game when you basically need it. I kind of split it down the middle to go back and forth between the two. So yeah, we're running through Crumbling Faramazula here, but we're actually going to double back and do Mog real quick. Just because it's easy souls. Because, of course, we won't actually fight him, because, you know, who's got time for that? The nice thing about Faramazula, though, is once you reach Faramazula, an NPC named Roger kicks the bucket, and we can pick up his clothes off his dead body. And Roger's armor set gives an 8% damage boost to Glintstone sorcery weapon skills, aka the giant laser beam. So that'll be another 8% damage boost for us. Which that set is basically what we get instead of plus 10ing our weapon. It's roughly the same damage boost, but this set's just much faster to get. We could get both, but then it'd be overkill. Okay. Just a little safety quit out there. The dude was giving me the stink eye. Yeah, we just got a little further to go. Go pick up the grace, go get Routers set, then double back for old Mog. have this grace. This grace is super troll, so I have to sit down here. Otherwise, I'm just in combat, and you can't fast travel when in combat. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with this game. Is I understand not being able to fast travel while in combat, but you can't even open the map when you're in combat. And so many times throughout my casual playthrough, I just wanted to real quick check the map, make sure I'm going the right way. But you know, one random mosquito like 2 miles away is still chasing me, and I can't open it. It's very, very, very tedious. Minor complaint though. Not a huge deal. We've got another big stake skip coming up here. It's been so long since I got here the intended way. I think you're supposed to go through like a big catacomb where you get like Hailing Tree medallions and take the lift the other direction to get the snowfield, or you could just jump off this cliff, which is obviously a little bit faster. Just perfectly land in the Stake America range. You can see the symbol on the top left.
I can't believe you died from that fall.
I know. I mean, it was just barely lethal. Just a little too much.
I feel like an inch less and you'd have been fine.
I mean, that's basically how the actual fall damage system works in this game.
Truly. So often I was like, I don't think I should have died from that. Or I would have been like, I should have died from that. It made no sense.
Yep. So the breakdown on fall damage in this game is anything below 16 meters will not damage you at all, and anything above 20 meters will kill you. So there's a 4 meter range where you can take fall damage that isn't completely lethal.
Cool.
Yep. And then to make it even more confusing, the most fall damage you can take that's not lethal is half your HP. So you live from a fall with half HP. You're like, okay, so I wasn't that close to death. You were actually like barely not dead there. It's very, very deceiving.
That is an interesting choice.
That's a very interesting choice, yes.
Yeah, the fall damage talisman now that I know how it actually works, is even more worthless than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, because the talisman, of course, won't prevent lethal damage. It just prevents the chip damage.
The 4 meters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gonna get invaded by Sanguine Noble here. We have a interesting way of dealing with this fellow. He's gonna chase us across the snow here. It's actually faster to fight him straight up if you get a perfect fight, but it's very, very random. So instead, we're gonna chill over here and wait for it. Hello? Did he get lost? He might be stuck somewhere. What is he doing? Are you baiting me? Get over here. He was just chilling. Okay, there you go. Thank you. That's never happened before.
Good.
Well, you know, I mean, it's 30 seconds down the drain. No big deal.
Good. What a lovely fellow.
Yep. And now we're off to Mog. For anyone in chat wondering, you have to kill Sanguine Noble to activate the teleporter. But Mr. Streamer, I didn't kill Sanguine Noble and I killed Mog. Yes, that's true. You could also do a very long quest line to get here instead. But ain't nobody got time for that. So we'll kill Sanguine Noble. So the plus 10 somber is actually right over there at that statue of the lady. Which doesn't seem like it'd be too big of a detour to grab. But the thing is, that entire mountain is a no horse zone, and we have to get off our horse to open the chest. So if we went and got it, we couldn't get back on the horse to continue all the way up to Mog here.
And ultimately, it probably doesn't save that much time to have it anyway.
Yeah, no. But as long as we have Rogers, which I still need to equip. Thank you for the reminder. As long as we have Rogers,
you know me.
we do the same damage.
That was a neat sound effect.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there.
Such a good song in this boss fight.
Dude, all the music in this game is great.
I mean, all the Dark Souls soundtracks are so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, wow. With the horse like that, that makes that skip so much easier.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to get Rogers. Oops. I was supposed to get it before the fight. It doesn't actually matter. It might save like one laser beam here. As long as you get it before going back to Godskin Duo, we're doing. Yeah, we still got the 3 laser. It's fine. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to get Rogers during this split. Whatever. Hey, buddy. So we gotta quit out 3 times here to get this to spawn for some reason.
I did not know there was a guy up on this ledge.
Yeah, he just chills. He's originally in Stormvale, but even if you don't find him, he shows up.
I never came back onto this ledge after fighting the NPC summon below.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much reason to check back here. In addition to being good damage, another great thing about Rogers set is that it is super drippy. Very nice looking armor set. Ow. That dude hit me. Okay, good dodge. Ace work there. That's
nice.
Unfortunate. That dodge is a little tricky. I'm a little embarrassed for missing it. It's a little tricky though. It didn't matter that I was hurt there. That was gonna one shot anyway. It's a very powerful attack. In addition to the obvious time save, yeah, now I have to use the lower thing because even though there's a fog gate up there, it's not a traversable fog gate. So I have to go down here, which sucks because now I'm on the opposite side of the arena, so it's a less ideal starting position. Hopefully this still works out. Okay, good. Excellent. Classic roll catching. Man.
The good news is I think everybody knows that this fight is really hard.
I think it's a little overhated, but yeah, it's definitely not easy.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm glad somebody agrees with me. I fought this fight on stream, and afterwards I was like, yeah, that was hard, but it's no harder than ONS. Like,
yeah. I'd say it's the best duo fight in this game.
Oh, for sure.
Really do. What a jerk. Most of the other duo fights in this game seem questionable. I like this one though.
Same. So yeah, Aggie cannot really use the laser on the thinner one because he's quick to dodge. So the like flame attack is really nice because it catches him mid-dodge.
Yep. Okay, good. We got him before he got us. The overall boss health bar isn't at a great spot right now. Yeah, I'm gonna not kill here. Yeah. So you can kind of over damage the boss in this fight, similar to like Four Kings in DS1. My damage just didn't quite work out. That's fine. Okay.
Nice.
That'll do. Less than ideal, but it works.
You made it. ONS is Ornstein and Smo, which is the required boss in Dark Souls 1.
It's got to be the most iconic boss in any of these games.
Probably, yeah. I would say that's definitely a boss people get stuck on.
It's like the reason that Prum is obsessed with duo boss fights. It always puts at least one in. Because people love that one so much. And sometimes the other duo fights hit, so usually they miss though. I'm gonna get a safety grace here because screw these birds. I'm actually gonna go ahead and spend the souls too, just to make sure we don't lose them. 13 and 50 and 27, okay. I want to stay at 50 intelligence until I defeat Placidusax, because if I get too much damage, I'll mess up a quick kill strategy on him, because I'll force him to phase change before I want him to. So we'll hold our souls for a bit here. Actually, I need to reroute this. A lot of people are doing Placidusax earlier now to get that 50 int threshold out of the way so they can start getting more damage for other bosses. And my current route that I'll follow for this run, I don't do them till like nearly the end of the run. $50 int is still plenty to nuke though. Okay, survive the birds. Excellent. We're on pretty good pace here. You can see the best possible time is 129, and my PB is 139. We've only got 20 minutes to go. Again, as I said earlier, the reality of soul speedrunning is you either win the fight or you lose 2 minutes for every death, as you saw in God's Kin Duo. So yeah, I mean, as long as I don't die, then we're in a great spot. There's 2 more fights that I'm worried about. The rest are fairly consistent. There's, of course, Melania. Big spooky lady. And then also Placidusax, I tend to struggle with.
Are there any deaths left in your PB?
Yes. So we just had 2 deaths in my PB on that Great Bridge split to the friggin' birds. So we saved a bunch of time there. And then I believe my PB dies to Placidusax once. And I think that's it. There's still some slow fights as well, so we should be able to still save a few more minutes if all goes as planned.
Now, Aggie, you submitted this for AGDQ, right?
I did, yes.
That's very exciting.
Indeed. I believe quite a few people submitted it. I'd be shocked if this run isn't at AGDQ in some form. Whether or not it'll be me, I'm not so sure, but I would be shocked if the run doesn't show up at all.
I would agree. Now, granted, I should state, just for the record, I am not on the games. Though I am employed by Games Done Quick to run these shows, I am not on the games committee. I have no sway over the games committee. I don't know anything they choose. I am in no way affiliated with that part of the system, so... I submit just like everybody else. But if it were up to me, the run would just be 7 days straight of Lil Aggie and ADF, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
That's what the A in AGDQ says.
I was just about to say that. Even though it's just GDQ.
Oh, yeah, it is SGDQ, huh? Well, you know. SGDQ is in June, late June. Volunteer submissions are actually open right now, on-site volunteer submissions. I'll just read these announcements. SGDQ 2022 on-site volunteer applications are open from now until April 20th. If you're interested in becoming a camera ops volunteer or volunteer for one of the other almost as fun positions, go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. Positions include donation filterers, technicians for stream, camera ops, hosts, others, table sign-in people. It's been a couple years since an in-person. I don't really remember everything.
What we just did there is a little cheeky wong work to get to Estelle. So in that exact position in the map, we're technically in the Lake of Rot area. And the Lake of Rot area, wrong word, leads directly to Estelle. So we don't have to take a 7-minute walk through the giant underground area leading up to it. Huge time saver. Now for the bug boy himself. Nice roll. Okay, good start.
This boss was neat until he teleported behind me and Omaiwa Shinderu'd me in one shot.
Yeah.
In a move that looked exactly the same as all his other teleporting moves. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's the Estelle classic. He's probably gonna teleport right now, yeah. This happens, I would say, 80% of the time. It's possible to kill him before he teleports, but it's very rare. Mostly just depends on what he chooses to use. Oh! Okay. That doesn't normally hit you. Was unaware that would one-shot as well, if it did hit me. I think it maybe got counter damage there. Because I was applying raw ice resolve. That sucks.
Luckily there was a stake there. That's
yeah,
good.
Thank God. Otherwise it would be a total disaster. And he's self. Okay. He's gonna do the attack again, yeah. There we go. Yeah, we should have him here. Very slow fight. Well, that's the way it be sometimes, though.
That's what happened when you do a Dark Soul speed run.
Yep.
I knew you.
All right, this is Dear Fia. We've got to have an extended conversation with Fia. Also, I just chose the wrong dialogue option.
I am, but they call yet you.
This lady right here is the whole reason we have to get the curse mark at the start of the run. You need to give it to her to fight Lich Dragon Fortisex.
Yeah, this was a remembrance boss I missed in my playthrough because I didn't know about this questline, and I just had to look it up. I had no idea.
How did you with this and claim you are?
Yeah, this one and Placidusax, I think, were the two that I didn't naturally come across.
That's the other one I missed.
I don't know how you're ever supposed to figure out where
Yeah,
this is.
seriously. Like, maybe I could see you being able to walk on that area down there. But like walking to the
there's
specific
no indication
thing.
that there's a thing there.
Yep. Yep.
It looks like there's no reason to go that way. Could have used a bit more of a visual indicator. Also, you know, maybe a stake down there? Or a grace? So you don't have to walk back 3 minutes every time you die to it?
See, I didn't have to do that.
I choose
Yeah,
and
okay.
I will
Well,
win in
we
it.
can't all be you, Ada.
This is good, but
Well, that's
I
true.
choose and I will win in it. What greater?
It's heavy as the head that wears the crown. What can I say?
Uh-huh.
Follow Lil Aggie on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lil Aggie, the real crown wearer.
We'll see. Well, we need to earn the crown here. We're 5 minutes ahead. We're on pace. Gotta keep it rolling, though.
Everybody make a solemn pact that if Aggie PBs, you'll follow.
Deal. That's not good. So I was supposed to do more damage than that to him, but I didn't, you see? Am I gonna get lucky anyway? Oh my god, I am. Wow, okay. Yeah, we'll take that.
I think
Not
I
the
double
greatest
killed
fight.
that boss in my playthrough. Like, he and I died at the same time, but they were
Oh,
generous enough
classic.
to give me the W.
Yeah, he's one of few bosses in this game that doesn't give an entire monologue upon death and delays the like kill
Yeah,
counting.
well, what's going on with that? I feel like everybody gets to talk
Yeah.
as they die. Even some of them, their bodies have already disintegrated, and yet they still have things to say.
Gideon.
Just
That
Godfrey.
dude. I mean, I'm convinced that dude has like a tape recorder hidden in the corner and he's hitting play like right as he's dying. Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he does talk for a long time,
Yeah.
and he's just like a person. He's not even like a god.
he's
or
just a
anything. He's just a dude.
We skip him in this run, thank God. Don't have to listen to his diatribe. Yeah, I mean, Malekith still talks your ear off. Horley talks your ear off. Quite annoying.
I did not, when I got to get in, I don't know if I just like never spoke to him in my casual playthrough or if I only spoke to him once or something, but all the like messages in front of the door were like traitor ahead, whatever. I went in and I was like, who is this? I feel like I should maybe know this guy.
Nice stored roller.
Very good. Yeah, he is the all-knowing, so he might have electricity.
True. He clearly does not know about the tree branch right next to his boss arena that you can use to completely skip him, though. Also,
Yeah,
wow,
well,
platforming.
yeah, clearly doesn't know everything.
All knowing with an asterisk afterward.
Do you think he knows about you? Like, Lil Aggie?
Yeah, he's probably subbed.
He's a sub? That's good.
What is going,
What's going on? What are you doing?
What is going on?
I'd say take a deep breath and maybe reassess where the ground is.
Someone's been spreading butter all over this tree, okay?
I mean, to be
Real
fair, it is hard to
slippery.
tell where the cylinders of the branches become too much to stand on.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. So this next skip is one of the worst in the run. This is very, very random and pretty difficult to set up, even outside of that. And it also says like 45 seconds to a minute, so of course you gotta go for it. This is the parry skip, or the distortion 2 skip, is to skip. Because of course he found this, because he always finds all the worst strategies. So we're gonna bring this guy over here. And we want to parry him right by the edge. Can't parry the jump attack. It's facing the wrong way. And there's the Distortion 2 skip for it. Very good. Thank you.
You did it.
Thank you, Parry. Give it another try. Oh, man. So the goal is to riposte him after parrying right at the edge so that we start falling during the riposte animation and you don't take fall damage during that animation. We can skip straight to the bottom of the Halig tree if he cooperates. Big if. That's embarrassing.
That was a fun speed noise you just made.
That's embarrassing. Attempt 3.
I don't like these guys.
Yeah, I hate these guys. They are not cool. Dude, okay, I'm blowing it. I'm blowing it. Might need to call an audible and just give up and just take the normal way. Just so we don't bleed too much time. This is a very difficult skip. Also, I should have more health than I do at this point for this, I think. Normally, I have enough health to tank 2 hits. Ah, man. We'll go ahead and let Parry live. Luckily, we've got some time to play with here, so I can afford to do this.
The show's called PB Precipice, not PB by 1,000 Years Precipice. Okay, well.
What? What is going on, man? Oh, no. And this is why my PB is a 139.
Game's hard.
The game is hard, especially Halig Tree. Okay, gonna do a little quit out strat. I hate the ant enemies. They're awful. There's a Crystallian for you right there. Also hate them.
Well, they hate you too.
Good.
Good. Little parkour.
Mm-hmm.
Little Parker. Oh, that's a nice jump.
That's an intended one. It is a nice jump, though.
Oh, that's a nice jump, too.
Here's a safety elevator. That's right where we would have fallen if we'd successfully did the parry skip. I need to quit out. That dude's a jerk. Hey, Def, are you aware of the Soul Speedrunner motto?
When in doubt, quit it out.
That's right, baby. Never a bad idea to quit it out if it's looking a little sketchy. Hey, at least Loretta cooperated. That's a pseudo-scripted fight. She always does the same opening move, and she always does the same ending move when she hits a certain HP threshold. There's one move in the middle, though, where she can potentially do something unhelpful, but she cooperated.
I think it's fair to be annoyed by this area's enemies and bosses, but you can't deny that this area is gorgeous.
Oh, it's very cool. It's very, very cool looking. All right, still 2.5 minutes ahead. That is acceptable. I think my last big remaining time save is on Precipice. If I get that first try, we should save another about 2.5 minutes. And besides that, I'm gonna have to play pretty clean. I don't think there's much else to save time on. I could potentially save 30 seconds here on Melania if she chooses to cooperate, which it's Melania, so she almost never does. We'll see. I love the skip here. The dead body elevator activation. Just send the elevator right on up.
Classic Dark Souls.
I actually don't think that works in other games. Or at least it doesn't work as easily as it does in this game.
I swear there's a skip possible in one of them that's like that, but maybe I'm imagining.
I could be wrong. I'm not a super expert when it comes to soul speedrunning. I do them, but...
You have a silver play button. I mean, you have to know everything.
Talk to me about Sekiro speedruns. I can answer almost any question. Soul speedruns, not what I would consider an expert. Just an enthusiast.
What's the main character's name in Sekiro?
Sekiro. Actually, it's
oh my god, he knows it. Oh my god, he knows. He knows the main character's name. Why are the split timer and GDQ timer different? Mr. GDQ is asleep at the wheel. No. The timer is how long the show's been going. The splits are the current run.
Yep. Also, okay, we're gonna try to go for a quick kill phase 1 here. I can only attempt this on the first attempt because of the cutscene. Okay, good. Hopefully she gets knocked down again. She doesn't, but we still did 2/3 of her HP immediately. Okay. Don't waterfall. Okay, that's fine. As long as she doesn't frame 1 waterfowl as soon as I go for the flame attack, we can handle it. Can't handle that though. That's unfortunate.
Wow. Why did she not?
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
She didn't get staggered
That's
or
pretty rough.
try to dodge the flame attack? Dude, this boss.
Melania is a jerk. So basically, the idea is if you don't attack her, she'll eventually stop attacking you and just kind of slow walk at you until you do something. And then we flame. And then she'll either dodge into the flame or just stand there and get hit by it. And then we do that again, over and over again. I can only laser beam on the first attempt. That's the only safe opportunity to do so. The problem with this strategy is if she chooses to start an attack right as you committed to doing the flame, you can't dodge it in time. So there's a little bit of randomness. Okay. Phase 2, if I do it right, is 100% consistent. I'm not very good at doing it right though. So let's just pray it works out. Okay, got the knockdown, that's the hard part. You should go for another Scarlet Rod here, or Scarlet Bloom. Yep. Okay, she should be dead, unless I get memed by the laser missing. Okay.
Let's go, Aggie. Let's go, dude.
One more hard fight. Then we're sort of home free, but still not really. Still a minute ahead. All right, we're gonna pump vigor for safety. This is the fight where I specifically do not want more than 55 intelligence for. So yeah, with a little rerouting, we'd do this guy earlier so that I can get more intelligence from this for like Millennia and stuff like that. But it's fine. 50 int is just fine. If I die to this guy, I gotta do this whole run back again. That's a huge time loss. In my PB, I died to him one time. So we can save about a minute and a half here if this goes well. This is a pseudo-scripted kill.
Good luck. Maybe one of the coolest, if not the coolest boss arena in Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I'll give credit. I'm not much of a fan of the boss mechanics myself, though. Good. All right, we should have this. He gave me a really easy RNG there. All right. Looking good, Ada.
Nice.
We
In
might
a situation
be
like that, where Precipice or like any boss, like you're right up on him and he gets down to like, you know, a tenth of his health or something, like a sliver. What is the decision to go for laser instead of melee?
So if I can kill him within 2 melees, I'll probably melee. Which,
Okay.
You do way less R1 damage with Sword of Night and Flame than you would anticipate. Because yeah, he looks really low there, but it probably would have taken 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Malekith, little random phase 1. Phase 2, if I don't mess it up, is a guaranteed one-shot. I'm gonna use the Baldakin's Blessing so that I can poise through some of his attacks.
Not have it stolen from me.
Okay, that's just perfect RNG. Sweet. And
Sick. Sick.
looking good.
To kill what?
We might have your 3rd successful PB on PB Precipice here.
I'm gonna cry, bro.
It's a big
I'm
moment.
gonna cry. I see the YouTube video title now. Best speedrun ever on GDQ? Elden Ring bosses deleted?
Good, good.
Yeah, I'm really good at this.
Yeah,
as you can
keep
tell.
working on it. Okay.
All
Sounds
right, and the thumbnail is a picture of like a really low res image of a pile of sand.
A pile of sand. Okay.
Yeah, people will be like, "What is this about? What does that mean?"
That's
you know
perfect.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for the exact antithesis of that Veritasium video on thumbnail tech, where you go for the most obvious thing. I'm going for the least obvious thing.
You wanna make the viewer ask a question of themselves and seek the answer.
Like, what's up with the sand? And then I don't know, maybe we'll answer it at the end.
It's genius.
Thank you.
You're a natural.
Okay, when typed out, the title I memeally came up with is actually not that bad. Somebody typed it out. Best ever speedrun on GDQ? A bunch of interrobangs. bosses deleted in Elden Ring. Okay. You might get a couple.
It's not awful. It's a little too meta, I would say.
It leaves a little bit of question, like, what do you mean bosses deleted?
Ah, Gideon skip. No. This jump's a little tricky. I actually switched to keyboard mouse for this one. Playing controller for the whole rest of the run. Okay.
So yeah, there's the Gideon fight inside, but there's this extraneous collision on this tree. And you can jump right up and skip the fight. Yep. You skip, I think can you skip Godfrey, the first Godfrey, the same way?
Yes, you can, I believe.
Nice switch back to controller mid-jump. That was good.
Thank you.
I didn't see it yet, but I heard it.
I'll go ahead and sit down and level. Some extra intelligence is pretty useful for Godfrey. We're gonna attempt to one-shot the Horalu part, so I frequently end up with him leaving with it like just a sliver, so more int should help.
I have a new title for you.
Okay.
You won't believe how many times I fell off this tree.
Perfect. Excellent. And still PB. So we quit out there after the first attempt to get a better boss pattern. Or at least hopefully get a better boss pattern. He generally goes for the axe throw outside the first attempt. So that's what we're looking for. He did not do the axe throw. That's awesome, dude. Okay. Should phase transition. And now the hopeful one shot. Dude!
Wow, unreal, dude. No way.
See, okay, that is the vitality question right there. Because
yeah, there's no way that.
Yeah. Like I have more than enough ints, more than the minimum required int, and it was a point blank shot. And did he die? No. Am I gonna do the exact same thing again this attempt? Yes, and then he will die. So
it's either gonna be, it's either an intended stat or like an intended mechanic or a bug.
Yeah.
It exists though.
Yeah.
That's about as much evidence as you could ever need.
And we get the bad RNG again. Awesome.
No way.
Maybe? I don't even know, dude. I mean, 2 in a row.
Okay, the first one, here's what I'll say. The first one felt like vitality. The second one looked like maybe you were low on damage because he lived with a little more. I don't know.
It's so weird, man. 63 in with the talisman. Like, it should be enough. It should definitely be enough. I'm maybe missing the melee hitbox. Not really sure. Okay, Radagon has a weird AI quirk where if you get in his face immediately, he attacks you as you would expect. Okay, that's not what's supposed to happen. Let's just try it again. Oh god, we're actually making it a little closer. If I die, it's gonna be a little dicey. Come on, buddy.
Good luck.
Thank you. he just feels like attacking. That's fine. We'll kill him this next time. Slow, but it works. All right, here's the best part of any Elden Ring speedrun. The final boss has an AI break that is random. If we get it, it'll be much faster. If we don't, it's like a 20 to 45 second time loss. These summons here are part of the AI break. And it looks like it's working. Got the stagger, and he is done.
Nice.
That is a PB.
Let's go, dude.
All right. One final quit out to skip a cutscene, and then we gotta load back in, hit the credits, and then it's time.
Everybody remember the contract? If Aggie PB'd, you were gonna follow his Twitch.
Yep.
Twitch.tv/little Aggie. Don't let me down.
Time.
GG, dude. GG.
Thank you. Solid minute and a half-ish, not bad. Obviously still quite a bit of slop, but we're getting
PB's
there.
a PB.
Yeah. We're getting there.
All right, we're gonna take a very brief break. And then Aggie will be back and we'll maybe do, how long is any percent?
80% is half an hour.
Yeah, we can do it.
Cool.
All right, so we're gonna take a brief break, come right back, and then Aggie will do an any percent attempt, just like no reset. So don't go away. Everybody go follow Aggie, twitch.tv/little Aggie. And as you do that, we'll go to a break and we'll see you in just a moment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is PB Precipice. My name is Adef, your host for this show. We are back with more Lil Aggie Elden Ring speedrunning. We're about to show off any percent no zips, but that is in just 1 second. Some quick announcements first. Your subs, gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits help support weekly hotfix content. Please consider supporting our daily content if you enjoy these hotfix shows. And Games Done Quick Highlights is a channel that features highlights of our GDQ hotfix shows. Use the command !highlights in chat to learn more about our highlights. If you have any ideas for your own show or one-off events, feel free to go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to submit your ideas. And tomorrow we have Awfully Silly with Silly Superheroes, followed by That's Never Happened Before with Skyrim, all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Aggie, take it away.
All right. So yeah, this is standard 80%. This is not 80% unrestricted. What does that mean? Basically, it's 80% without the infamous zip glitch. What is the zip glitch? It's basically a hardware-dependent, frame rate-dependent, sort of PC only, not really, but I mean, you kind of need a keyboard for it, glitch that you can use to teleport across the map over and over and over and over and over again. And using that, you can beat the game in 7 minutes. Again, it's super hardware dependent though, and also, I mean, it's a novel, but it's kind of lame. So we're gonna do any percent without the zips. All other glitches still allowed. So yeah, that's pretty much the deal. So without further ado, let's get started here.
Excellent.
I have not done an 80% run in a while. But we'll see how it goes.
That's it, heart, brings courage.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Could you imagine if we get the one and done PB, get a double PB here on PB Precipice?
That'd be huge.
It would be huge. There's some optimizations that I should be able to take advantage of since my previous PB from like a month ago. So we should have at least like 30-ish seconds free time save, I think. So we'll see if it's enough to carry me to another PB.
I can't wait.
So this run is still on the same old patch as the previous run. It's 102. Whereas the All Remembrances opts for Sword of Night and Flame. This run we're going to go for Ice Rind Hatchet, which is the other extremely busted weapon in this patch. The reason for that is Sword of Night and Flame just takes too long to get. I would say it's the more busted of the two. But it's just a little too far out of the way for the 80% route, considering we only got to kill like 5 bosses.
Also, if you're just tuning in, you may have missed that Aggie got a PB in All Remembrances just before the break. which is super sick. Only the third person ever to PB on the PB Precipice stage.
Yes. It wasn't the cleanest PB, but it was a PB.
Hey, we take those.
We definitely take this. It's a pretty similar start here. It'll deviate once we get to Raya Lucaria. Then it'll get a little wacky. We abused wrong warps a ton in the all nemesis route, and so they're even more powerful for any percent because you can literally wrong warp straight to the final dungeon of the game, which is exactly what we're gonna do after we run around and get a few upgrades so we can actually kill the bosses quickly. So yeah, that's the general gist of the run. We started Warrior here specifically because he has 16 decks, which is helpful because the Ice Ryan Hatchet requires exactly 16 decks. So we don't have to level up at all before we start using it.
It's quite convenient.
Yep. It's the highest decks you can start with, and it's just exactly enough.
Aggie, obviously you've been, really enjoying speedrunning this and, showing stuff off. Is this a game we can expect to see for a while on your stream, or are we going to see other stuff in the future too?
On my stream, yeah, it's going to be Elden Ring like all day, every day, pretty much for at least the next couple months, probably. I'm super in love with this game. There's so many things I want to do with it. Challenge runs, speed runs. So many things to do.
They serve but you. I can play turning route to aid you. You need to the foot.
Well, I, for one, am looking forward to it, and I know everyone else is too.
It will some torrent. Treat
Thank you very much. Glad to have you.
At least the people that, followed through on their promise.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't betray my trust.
No one would ever betray your trust, Dave.
I sure hope not.
That would be rude.
I feel like I may have past life experiences to deny that fact, but maybe nobody moving forward.
Okay.
That would be sick.
Dramatic ADF backstory here.
I was a samurai, and
very good. Yes. All right, so we're gonna do
things started happening where I could die twice. It was nuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you chilled in a well for like 3 years or something, right?
Yeah, I was tired.
I never quite got that part of Sekiro's storyline. He literally just chills in a well for 3 years. No restraints,
I didn't catch
no
the
anything.
3 years part.
Yeah, that's very, very weird.
And then the lady with the umbrella has to be like, "Wake up, sir."
Yep. It's one text from a lady, and all of a sudden, all the motivation he needs.
Babe, come out of the well. I'm home alone. Oh my god.
Okay, so this is a little different from my PB. This Pegasus trip, actually the Pegasus glitch in general was not discovered yet. So this should save time. I'm not really sure how much, but it definitely should save time.
Were you just wrong warping otherwise?
Yeah, so we'd take the intended path across the upper cliff there, and then wrong warp to Raya Lucaria. But this one, I think I'm just gonna ride the horse all the way to the portal. I think wrong warping halfway would be faster, but I'm worried that I'll screw it up because I haven't done this in this exact way before. So I think optimally I stop, grab that grace, and wrong warp from here on out. Actually, okay, maybe I'm just gonna do that anyway because right, Pegasus. Well, let's hope I don't mess it up.
Someone chatted, 3 years, and those dudes outside the well happen to be talking about him right as he finally leaves.
Yeah, that's an excellent point too. I love how they're saying like, shouldn't we have tied him up? Just to immediately just get that out of the way. Just have an excuse as to why you're not restrained. It's so weird because like they could have just had Emma like drop you a key to your shackle or something, and it would have made complete sense. So like, why didn't? Why, Miyazaki? I don't understand. Also, okay,
See,
I'm
the
21
first-
seconds behind apparently.
The first problem is trying to understand the inner machinations of that man.
It's true.
So maybe it's slower.
Maybe? I feel like it shouldn't be. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. It's a no reset. We'll figure it out. We got some wiggle room.
Richard is going to make the thumbnail for this video, by the way. And he has let me know that we might be seeing a pile of sand in the thumbnail.
Excellent.
I can't wait to see the performance of the video.
I'm sure it'll do really well.
Yeah. Very good crossover for Aggie's YouTube.
Now you're going to get that title in there as well, right? Of course. Just break the convention of the GDQ
Yeah,
YouTube
break the
title.
GDQ title convention. At long last, we have the title as it should be.
Oh, what am I doing? Well, I'll remember. It's muscle memory. Oh, nuts. I need to get the ice ride attachment. I had the right idea, except I didn't, actually. That's fine. That's a bonus grace. This is what we're looking for here. Now we're going this way. Professional speedrunner at work.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
It's technically true. I mean, it's my job. So
Yeah, no, I mean, we
am
are.
professional. That doesn't necessarily imply that I'm good at it.
I think there are lots of people that are professionals that are bad at their jobs.
Thank you. That makes me feel much better.
Yeah. Would you rather I have said, no, Aggie, you're great?
You know, no, I'll take the truth.
No. Aggie's a tremendous creator and speedrunner.
Thank you.
Obviously.
And Adef as well. Chad, did you know that Adef actually has his own Twitch channel?
Wait, I have my own Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
Since when, dude?
It's true.
I just live on here all the time.
All right, here's the new deal, chat. If I don't PB this, you have to go follow Adef, okay? We'll do the inverse. It's gonna be really awkward when I actually somehow manage to PB, but at least then it's a win-win.
Yeah. You don't have to follow me. That's a win. and Aggie PBs. That's a win.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, like any percent glitchless is seeming interesting to me for this game right now.
Totally glitchless?
Maybe.
I think it's like an hour and a half-ish, maybe a little faster than that. Last I checked.
Or maybe I just have Father Aggie teach me this run.
Yeah. This run is actually quite learnable. The glitches in this game are not terribly difficult to pull off once you know what you're doing. Please don't kill me, mister. Okay, thank you.
He forgot about you.
He forgot.
It's like, what was I shooting at?
So that area right there is a little preview area of the final dungeon. But it's on the same map, so if I wrong warped correctly, what would happen is we would go to the actual final dungeon proper. I apparently wrong warped too early though, which really surprises me. That was like a frame earlier or something.
to determine if you had. It seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering.
She's a cool character.
Yeah, except when she interrupts you in the middle of your speedrun and wastes like 15 seconds.
Oh, Aggie doesn't want to talk to her, I guess. Very cool.
She only shows up in this run if you mess up the wrong warp. So it's like you already messed up a trick, right? And then you're just resetting it back up, and then Melina comes and lectures you. And it just feels bad.
You failed the wrong warp.
That's the joke I make every time, yeah? Looks like you really screwed that glitch up, huh? Yeah, Melina, I did actually. Thank you for
Torrent
noticing.
and I misjudged you. You're actually a worthless sack of shit.
Okay, now we're here.
Oh, let's go.
Just a minute behind. It's fine. No problem. So yeah, pretty much we're gonna do the exact same run we did earlier in the Remembrances run. Okay. So this is going well, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for all these follows, dude.
This is going really well. That guy normally doesn't attack. Oh my god, I have to do it again? I forgot that this is this bad.
This is good.
Okay.
This is very good.
This is excellent. Peak speedrunning. Could you guys tell that I haven't done this category in a month? Is it obvious?
No.
Okay, good.
How do you resist the urge to pick up items? I close my eyes. I can't see him.
I think I actually
What's the
maybe
timing?
messed this up again.
What's the timing on the wrong word?
Okay, no, we're good. So you use the Memory of Grace, which is the dark sign of this game, right? And then it makes that little like chime sound. And like maybe half a second after that, you want to confirm the fast travel. It's
the
not
window's
a
pretty
crazy tight window.
Okay.
If you do it too early, I'll spot a Stormhill Shack as intended. And if you do it too late, then you didn't get the fast travel confirmed at all. And then you'll just respawn at your last grace. There we go.
Wins the all bosses run. Aggie actually did that on Friday evening, and I imagine there will be a YouTube video in the coming days or weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna post it on my YouTube like immediately after we finish here. It's uploaded and everything. Also, my game
To the
just
VODs
crashed.
channel or the main channel?
I'm doing main channel, I think.
Ooh.
Let me reboot my game here. Elden Ring has a bit of a crashing problem. There we go. And hold on. Okay.
Oh my god. Bless you. I wasn't even going to ask, but bless you.
Yep.
You're the best. 90% of people would just forget, and I'd be like, yeah, there's like 20 minutes left. I'll just watch somewhere else. But
I got you, but
TUI for booting up the Discord.
what was I talking about before that happened?
All bosses?
Okay, right. All bosses, yeah. Yeah, so I did a all 165 bosses run this last Friday evening / Saturday morning. It took 9 hours, 47 minutes in-game time, which is like 11-ish hours real time. And I finally got it uploaded on my YouTube, so we'll be posting it like as soon as this broadcast ends.
Oh my god, there will be more Elden Ring content.
Yes.
Well, now here's the question, though. Is it already uploaded, or do you still have to upload it?
It is already uploaded and processed.
Okay.
I did it last night.
If it wasn't processed yet...
Yeah, that would be a problem.
it would take a little time.
I don't think I need this rune over here, but I'm gonna get it anyway. Because this run is doomed regardless. Might as well get a little extra cash just in case. Okay. So the bell bearing there allows us to buy a Somber Smithing Stone 8 at the round table, which is quite convenient because we're going to get our ice rind all the way to +9 because of that. And there's the 9 right there. Okay, that should work. Dude.
Any percent means complete the game with any percentage of completion.
Correct. So basically get to the end credits as fast as possible.
Yep. And you can collect as little or as much stuff as you would like.
Right. Yeah, definitely got some extra runes there, but better safe than sorry. Hello, Mr. E.G.
I am an old story, perhaps.
We're getting the ice rind to +4. Which is important because we're going to use the +4 to kill the Godskin Noble. So we want to get that upgraded at least halfway right now before the... Otherwise it'll take forever.
Was the Godskin Noble thing patched?
It is not, actually, no. Yeah, we're going to do a little cheesing on Godskin Noble. We're not actually going to fight him. We're just going to beat him up as he stands there. But we can beat him up faster with the +4. Oh, actually, we'll save time here because the Pegasus was not a thing when I got my PB. Will we save enough time to actually PB? No, but it won't look as embarrassing. So that's good. Oh, man, I totally could have PB'd this if I wasn't a complete dummy.
You already got a PB on the big one.
It's true, yeah. We got the important one. We're quitting out here just to set up the water wheel cycle to be optimal.
Can someone tell me where I can go to see this streamer's all bosses run, please? It will be published on youtube.com/lilaggie not long after this stream.
Yep.
And you can watch it all day if you want.
Yeah, you'll have to if you want to see the whole thing. It's an 11-hour video. It's not the greatest run. Let's preface that. It was attempt 1 at all bosses. Okay, so...
PB preface?
Yes, yes. We'll do better in the future. I'm planning on running that maybe on like a weekly basis.
Gee, holy hell.
It's fun.
I mean, I don't know. Like, the thing is, right... if this weren't our jobs, I'd be like, Aggie, don't do that.
Yeah.
But it is our jobs, and there is time.
Exactly. It's fun. You know, the best thing about like monster categories like that is every time you do it, you save so much time.
Oh, yes, second run. Okay, there's this thing in speedrunning, for those of you that have never actually speedrun anything. There's like the magic of a second run, because the second run, you like always save a boatload of time. But when the run is like 10 hours long, your second run, like looking at a split that says -1 hour is like the most beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's pure magic.
Glorious.
The idea that you'll be able to like eat dinner at a reasonable hour.
Yeah. Once you're saving that amount of time, it like actually has like real world benefits of like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm going to bed an hour earlier.
Yeah, don't you like how my first thought was not, wow, my PB is gonna be so good. It was like, oh my God, I can go to sleep.
Yeah. You know, when you're PBing by like 2 seconds, like, okay, cool, I improved, but like it doesn't really make a difference. It's still the same amount of time. But an hour shaved off, that's beautiful.
Aggie is the first recorded all bosses RTA.
Yeah, correct. I believe there's 2 other people that have done it, according to Discord messages. And one of those was 12 hours-ish long, and the other was 9 hours-ish long. I don't know if it was faster than my 9-hour-ish run or slower. I don't have the exact time. But we'll just pretend that I have the world record, because at least I have video proof, so.
Yeah, let's go. So what's going on here? What the heck is this?
Yeah, that's a fair question. So basically, if you enter this guy's fog gate from absolute max distance, he just forgets to activate. It's actually quite easy to do. You just got to enter from max distance and then kind of chill right at the fog gate for a couple seconds. And then after that, you're just good.
No vid, no did. That's right.
Oh God, what are the levels? Oh boy, what are the levels?
Should have put it in your split names.
I really should have. You know, let's get some strength. That seems like a good idea. And
This is so scuffed.
yeah,
This is so
that's
scuffed.
perfect. This isn't scuffed at all. This is magical.
Okay.
You know what I just realized though? Oh no.
What's that?
I needed to save some of those souls to level up the ice ray attachment. And I didn't save the souls.
You could probably sell something.
Yeah, not really, actually, no. Oh boy, there's only one backup that I know of for this, and it's the worst thing ever. Well,
That's always good to hear.
yeah. Let's see. Let me. Is there any really convenient rune I could get? I did pick up that extra rune, but I already spent it like a dummy. Should have saved it. Ah, nuts. Okay.
You could kill the tree sentinel.
Will that give enough?
I don't know, how much do you need?
Why can't I go to the... Oh, have I not been to Roundtable yet? I did not go to Roundtable yet. Whoops.
Let my
Tree
hands
sentinel drops 3,200.
3,200 is probably not enough. I think I need about 10K, if I remember
Yeah, that would
correct.
make sense, because you're upgrading to +9. Yeah, you're gonna need a
Yeah.
lot more than 3,200. Yeah.
Yeah. So my only thought is to kill the giant sleeping dragon in Caitlyn. Which
That takes so long.
will take a while.
You'll no matter how you...
Actually, no. Hold on. We're already halfway upgraded, so maybe 3,200 is enough.
Oh, hog.
I don't have the grace there though. Hold up. I have a backup plan. Hold up.
This is so good.
This is the best speedrun I've ever done.
Oh my god, his best speedrun live. Let's go.
So there's a graveyard over here. And
Oh,
graveyards
yeah, with
always
runes.
have runes, yeah.
Yeah. I was just about to
it's
say if there were
probably
any
enough.
nearby.
Yeah, there's no way this is good enough. Cool. The terrible run is saved.
I just wanted you to fight Tree Sentinel, to be honest.
Yeah, he would have died pretty quick with the +5 ice red, honestly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been
The
too
stomp
bad.
would have killed him.
Well, I took you no matter out your own.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I have to buy the 8. I forgot.
Back already.
Okay, so what if we do it with an ice ryan hatchet +7 instead, and just it's fine. That's close enough. I don't want to kill the Kaled dragon.
I feel like if you're able to get past this one boss, you can then fix it for whatever's after.
Totally chill, yeah. Yeah, the Somber 8 is, I forgot to get bow and ice was off. Oh my god, this is the worst run ever.
This is,
Adif, I told you I knew how to run 80% and I lied.
That's okay.
In a past life, I knew how to run 80%.
You know,
1
there is
month
something
later,
to
though.
there is something to be said for the fact that this particular show of PB Precipice was not that cursed, which is very rare for an ADF show. It's usually Challenger Approaching or PB Precipice are incredibly cursed, either in gameplay or commentary or both.
That's good.
And I feel like we've been relatively tame.
I'd say so, yeah.
So this is good that something totally cursed is taking place.
And I did already do my good gaming, so this is just the bonus.
All right, my new goal is to learn any percent and just beat this run.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm actually shocked at... Never mind.
He's shocked?
Disregard the rest of that sentence.
Okay.
I was gonna say at how well this is still going. I was gonna say, like, my damage isn't as bad as I anticipated it being with the +7. I got
You're
a
supposed to be,
little
what,
unlucky
+9?
there. Yeah, it's supposed to be +9, and it's +7 right now. I got a little unlucky with the double fireballs. It was probably my fault somehow. I haven't done the Ice Rind fight for this in a while.
This is Aggie's younger brother holding the controller right now.
Yeah. So the nice thing about Ice Rind is you can just Ice Rind through the pillar. Okay,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
really cool, guy. Yeah, that was
so
really
dumb.
cool. Yeah. So, round 3. Round 3.
At a certain point, and I truly do not want to pull this trigger.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
There's
I
no
need not even
way
say
we
the
have
words.
to mercy kill.
Okay,
I
didn't say it.
you would
I didn't-
even suggest it.
I didn't say it.
frankly.
I didn't say it.
Uh-huh.
You said it.
Mhm.
I didn't say it. I just I was insinuating something else.
Okay, yeah. What were you gonna say?
We're gonna have to talk about gameplay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I should kill him before he kills me. Yeah.
I like how you had 2 extras buffered there.
Well, actually, you can over damage them in this fight. So once they're dead, you can still hit their body, and it still inflicts damage to their like overall health bar. Also, Adif, I have bad news.
What's that?
I forgot to give myself a second cerulean flask, and I'm gonna run out of mana before I kill them. You know, you can just go ahead and yeah, thank you.
You know, I was gonna say you should just try it anyway because I have seen you. I have seen you beat this fight with literally nothing. So.
Oh man. Well, chat, if you ever felt like that you were not capable of speedrunning because you're just not that good at video games, here I am to show you that truly anyone can do it. I've had world records, chat, okay? I've had important world records in my career, and I'm still out here being terrible.
Chat room, let's cheer Lil Aggie on. If you have Lil Aggie emotes, throw them in the chat. If you don't, throw in your favorite emote of anything that just signifies blessings. Nice dodge. Bad dodge.
Oh no! Oh nuts.
You can do it. You can do it.
We can definitely do it at some point. So this part's cut out of the video, right? There's no way this makes it to YouTube.
The VODs are unedited.
Except for the part where you cut this this part of the broadcast.
Yeah,
stuff.
for you, anything.
Okay, good.
It's not like our YouTube team is uploading like 40 VODs a week. I can tell you this will not be in the highlight reel.
Is there a low light reel?
Is that like low percent?
Yeah, sure. Something like that. I'm dead. I'm probably dead. Unless I'm not. Okay. If I had +9, I would have killed him way before he killed me or hit me. That's my excuse.
I believe it.
Okay, stop dodging me.
He's pretty fast on his feet when he wants to be.
He really is, yeah. I'm shocked he didn't go for the fatty roll. There it is. That's what I was expecting. Okay, we're gonna have to rely on the pillar to do its job here. It sometimes doesn't do it. Okay, good. And look at that, a flawless fight.
Oh my god, he did it.
It's so impressive.
That's the whole run, right?
Yeah, that was the final boss.
Nice. Sick. Will it be longer than all remembrances? No.
You know, we got a few more fights left. The potential is there. Okay, so we're gonna get up to the Malekith Grace, then warp back. Actually get our Ice Rhine +9. And yeah, they'd probably dump the rest of the levels into... I know I need some mind, and then the rest in vigor. I don't need to upgrade my int at all. Intelligence is what makes the Ice Rhine stomp do more damage, but it's like not enough to matter. Not enough to bother leveling it up. Let's get this Grace, because Lord knows I'm gonna get destroyed by birds. Actually, you know what? I'll just go back right now.
I love the improv.
Yeah. On the fly routing. Number 8. We're back to Grace because it's faster than walking.
Wow, that's actually so dumb.
I know.
That's actually so stupid just
So
because of the
dumb.
timer stopping.
Yep.
That actually frustrates me. I can get over the door open skips, but
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. But there's no denying that it is pretty stupid. I was an advocate for RTA no load timing, which is real time, but it still pauses for load screens, but it wouldn't pause on the main menu. Would be the difference there. But no one else is into that.
so like you'd lose time for quit outs.
Yeah, you'd lose time for quit outs, but like for actual load screens, it'd still pause. So then basically a quit out's only worth it if it actually saves time in reality. Which to me sounds much better, but
I would agree.
no one else is into it.
They're fans of the status quo. Aggie's a disruptor.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bird? No?
These birds are the worst enemies in the game.
They actually are. They somehow managed to find something worse than Dark Souls dogs. Really stepped their game up.
I want to know the lore of this world. Erd tree bad, maidens good.
I don't know if that's correct lore. I'm not a lore master, but that sounds incorrect to me.
Okay, let me give it another shot.
Okay.
Player character bad, Melania good.
Sure. Sure, close enough.
Bro, I'm just a witless tarnish. Leave me alone. I'm unfit even to be grafted.
That stinks.
I know.
Oh, I should have got the safety talisman. Oh well. So right after Godskin Duo, there's a talisman that gives you a huge defense buff. I don't remember what it's called, but it's super, super good. One of the best talismans in the game.
The dragon shield thing?
Yeah, something like that.
That's what they call it.
Destined death. I will not have it stolen again.
Good phase 1. Okay, nice sword roll.
Wow.
Sick.
Sick.
Sick, bro. So the problem with that attack, I mistimed my dodge a little bit. I dodged a little early that I should have. But the problem with that attack is if he hits a pillar or the edge of the arena during that dive bomb, he doesn't slide as far back as he normally would. Because normally dodging forward into the attack will put you out of the range of the second swipe. But he hit the edge of the arena there, so I was still in range of it. If I timed the roll better, I think it still would have worked out. So it's ultimately my fault, but that's my excuse. Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Real life RNG.
Uh-huh. Classic. I mean, it's my fault for being slow, though. What is that store for? Weird move on Malakal Sport. What are we doing, bud? There we go. I think I'll kill here. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my lord. Please count. I can't afford this to not count. It didn't count. Because Malakath has to give his entire fucking speech. Oh my.
We'll do an any percent, he says.
It'll be fine, he says.
He says.
I know how to do any percent, he says.
That's what you get for coveting destined death.
Apparently so, yeah. Just go ahead, yo. Just go ahead, Malakath, you big jerk. Oh, man. What's my cutoff here, Ada? We got this guy and one other boss. That's it.
Because I don't want to be the bad guy, I'm gonna ask Tech to make that call. I'll let Richard jump into our ears here and let us know what he thinks. Oh, he jumped into my DMs. No cutoff, he says.
Hello, kid.
He's finishing it.
Okay. We're going all the way.
The 8F curse? Don't put this on me.
I mean, who's the common factor here, Ada?
Oh, no. I think you're right.
Really? Dude, really? I can't believe how much I'm struggling with this. Oh my gosh.
You can definitely go until you don't want to play anymore. that is like, you're allowed to I'm done. That's totally fair.
My chat can attest that I'll never quit at anything.
I'm also really stubborn.
Yeah. I'll bang my head into a wall for hours.
Why is it written he, him next to his name? Because he is he, him. I don't know how that is confusing.
It's pretty obvious, right?
Every once in a while, those comments do not bug me at all. Every once in a while, after hours and hours of reading them, I'm just like, guys, come on. Anyway, that's all I'll say about that. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay, please, just give me the easy pattern. I need a hand here, Malika. Finally. Thank you, Glenn.
Unless you genuinely didn't know, in which case I apologize for memeing on you. Nice.
Finally! We're free!
LMAO, after I said that, just a wall of message deleted. Oh, you're
no.
French? All right. Désolé. Je ne sais pas les nationalités des plus des viewers.
I'm sorry, Adolf, do you know French?
Or I guess I should say toutes les viewers. Just like you don't know the gender of the streamer without the pronouns necessarily, I don't know the nationality of the chatters unless they tell me. Same thing. Kind of. I'm gonna shut up before I lose my job. Yes,
bud.
I do know French.
Like fluently?
I wouldn't say fluently, no.
Okay. More than like I took French in high school level though, huh?
Yeah, but the funny thing is I did just take French in high school. I just had like tremendous teachers, like really,
Okay, you
really
just
great.
actually paid attention. Gotcha.
Well, it was easy to pay attention because the teachers were good.
Oh, yeah. That always helps.
One of them had like a rep for being like a very strict teacher, and like yeah, it was a hard class, but like she was a good teacher. I don't know, like yeah, she was strict, but like not a bad teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you need sometimes.
That is definitely what I needed at that time.
I took Spanish in high school and a little bit of college.
Yeah, how'd
too.
that go for you?
Yeah, not great. I know a little bit.
Yeah, there is something to be said for how bad Spanish education and foreign language education in general is in the States.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
they
like
should start you younger.
I took 9 years of Spanish from kindergarten to 8th grade. I took
Wow.
Spanish every year, and I have almost nothing to show for it.
This guy,
How
Joe.
sad is that?
That is pretty sad, considering. I mean, clearly you're capable with French.
It feels like so much wasted time.
Yeah, my school wasn't required until high school, and then I had to take, I think, 2 or 3 semesters in high school, and then I had to take 1 semester in college, and I know basically nothing. I know some basic grammar and some basic words, and that's it.
I can read a good amount just because of French. Like, I remember some Spanish, sure, but mostly the Spanish I can read is just because it's so similar to French when written.
Makes sense.
But anyway, the speed run.
The speed run, I'm gonna level
We're in
vigor so
the-
that I hopefully don't die.
Aggie just skipped Gideon
Yep.
by jumping around the tree there, and now we've got the final boss gauntlet here.
Yeah, so Godfrey we can skip. Thank goodness. I'm trying to remember how this functions. I think I gotta. No, actually, we could just do it immediately. For Morgott in the same arena, you have to trigger the cutscene and then skip him. I'm pretty sure for Godfrey, you can just go straight on ahead, though. Bam. And now he's just chilling.
Poor
Him and his
guy.
cat. It's a live in peace forever.
Oh yeah, they don't. Oh, he's looking at the chair,
Mm-hmm.
holding his hands up. All right, good luck with final bosses.
Thank you, thank you. There's no way I mess this up. But not a
Let's get
chance.
some blessings in chat room. The combo. Oh my god, he's not even speaking.
I know. It's
You
sad.
okay?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I got the checkpoint. It's literally just the final boss. I'm surprised he didn't go for the slam attack there. That's all he needed to do. And then we were done. And then
Yeah, this is any percent no Melania.
Yeah. You do not want to see me do Melania with a not practice setup. It will not be pretty. Okay, luckily there, if you overshoot the jump, you can just quit out and you can do it again. Puts you right in the right place. That weirdly does not work for Morgott, even though it's the same thing. I guess it's Ashen Capital versus Lanedale, but like...
Yeah, different map.
Yeah, there's just a subtle difference between what counts as stable ground or not there.
At this rate, do I have to follow ADEF twice?
Yes.
Yeah, with all your accounts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he actually went for it himself. Okay, bro. That would be death. I thought he was going for the slow grab. He's got two different
nice
ones
that
that
you
look
can just
almost
quit out,
identical. Yeah. At least it's quick enough to quit out. Should be okay. A little worried about the mana situation. It's probably fine though.
I'm gonna say, as the showrunner, I'm gonna make the decision that if you make it past Radigan, we'll get one attempt at Elden Beast. That's gonna be my decree.
Cool.
Just in interest of the fact that there's a show after us.
Yeah, no problem.
Not because I don't want to see the end.
Elden Beast, if he chooses to, is a free fight anyway. Emphasis on if he chooses to be. Oh, that's unfortunate. He should be really close to his guaranteed triple slam move, and then you could pretty much always kill him from there. He's just not interested in doing it, though. There it is. The way he did that, though, with that AoE right in front of him beforehand, that was screwed over my damage potential.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, do I not have the summoning bell? Uh-oh. Why do I not have the summoning bell?
Oh my god.
No. I think there's a chance this works. Let's just pray for a miracle.
I'm praying.
But okay, well, should have prayed harder.
I'm praying so hard.
All right. Clutch or kick? I'm gonna run out of mana. So this is gonna be a real difficult fight. Yeah, see, R1s do not do the damage you'd think.
It'll still proc Frost eventually.
Yeah, no. Gotta show off my Elden Stars dodging skills. And by dodging, I mean only take a little bit of damage. Actually, this guy might be immune to frostbite. I don't remember.
No, I don't think so. Or maybe.
I know he's immune to bleed.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he's a celestial being. Probably no
Dude
blood.
doesn't really have blood.
So yeah, if I had the summons, if you summon at the start of the fight, it's still not 100% guaranteed, but generally his AI breaks and he just stands there and you more or less instant kill him.
According to VSwed, whom I trust, he's immune to all status effects.
All status effects. Good for Elden Beast.
Oh, immune to all aux, like auxiliary damage, not stat. Because you,
Okay.
I feel like in your consumables run, you procced poison on him.
I did that on Radagon, not Elden Beast.
Oh, okay.
Ah, nuts. I should have walked towards him. I think that's the way to go. Well, we gave it our all.
You did. What, you know, this 90% run was kind of a beautiful thing to watch, to be honest with you. I kind of loved all of that.
You know, one of these days, Adaf, we're going to get through a show together where something doesn't go horribly wrong.
I can't wait.
One of these days.
You're welcome back anytime.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Aggie, any final shout outs you'd like to give?
Shout outs to my wife for waiting for me to finish this miserable run. And I think that's all the shout outs I need.
All right. Well, gamers, there are two things you got to do. First of all, please do follow Lil Aggie on Twitch. The link is in the chat. If you're on YouTube, the link is in the description. And you did sign a blood oath. The run did not PB, didn't even finish. So now you owe me a follow as well. Twitch.tv/ADEF. If you're on YouTube already, you might as well go into the search bar and type Lil Aggie. He also has a YouTube channel worth subscribing to, I promise. But that's going to be it for PB Precipice. I'm going to quickly sign off here so we can get things rolling into the next show. I'll let Frozen Flygon tell you what's happening next. This has been PB Precipice. I am ADEF. Thank you so much for watching. Aggie, thank you for being on. And gamers, be well and stay safe.
Thank you.